a year.
Surveillance video captured Lee walking across the street holding a side after being stabbed before collapsing. Golf fans celebrated the start of the Masters tournament in Augusta. Scottie Scheffler is defending his green jacket, and Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods are also on hand. Woods making his 25th appearance at Augusta. The five-time champion says he's close to playing his last Masters round. Morgan Norwood, ABC News.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis or candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Rizza, a prescription-only 150-milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new place.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clear skin. Ask your doctor about the #1.
Tom, just checking if we got you here, buddy.
I'm here, man.
Woohoo! Thank you, buddy.
Everything sounds good.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
As of now, we're just realizing that Rock's website is not working. Rock's not here yet, but I'm just going to have Kelly put up his phone number for now until we figure out his website stuff.
I'm just going to say something. Let me turn this down for a sec. I think it's a great idea. Anyway, all right. Will he be in, though?
He said he was going to be in, but we haven't heard from him yet.
All right, 15 seconds there, Tom.
Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. That's money. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Yeah.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, and I welcome you to my show, or our show, I should say. We are fighting for you, recovering money for you, answering questions, making your life a little easier. I hope you appreciate that. We try to do it all for everyone without any kind of agenda, really. We're not pushing any agenda. We're not, but, you know, those who do, fine, of course. But all I want to say is this. We try to help. I mean, we really try to help. And we have so many good follow-ups to tell you. And I thank our deputy system of retired people and strong advocates for helping us. Also, our businesses on referralist.com who also become our advocates and information givers. Today we're going to have one of them on. If he gets there, I mean, Rock is running a little late, but he's a wonderful guy. American Restoration 24/7. That's an important topic. Also, I want to tell you waterpros.net. I talked to Paul the Waterman last night. Listen to this really quickly. The federal government is coming out with standards on drinking water. I want you to hear this. They're coming out this year with new standards. And this is what you need to know. Those standards are impossible to meet. The technology does not exist. Isn't that just like the federal government to do that? Did you hear what I just said? The technology does not exist. So what we have is, as one famous movie says, a failure to communicate. But it's serious. It's a problem, folks. Now, the PFAs, or forever chemicals, have to be reduced to a certain amount where the technology doesn't exist. However, on an individual basis at your home, you can take out PFAs. You can soften your water. You can do all of that at waterpros.net. And you do it cheaper than anywhere else. No one can meet his prices. Under $1,000 for drinking water, $1,600 for the whole house softening, 303-862-5554. But here's the important takeaway. That's paulthewaterman.com as well. Here's the important takeaway. You cannot reach these standards as a municipality. So what's going to happen when water systems have to meet these new standards? What do you think is going to happen? They're going to tell their people, don't drink the water. This is where we knew for years and years and years this was going to happen. Now listen, I'm not a crazy greenie, but I'm also not a crazy just do anything to our planet person. There are certain things we have to really take note of. One of them is water. The other is our breathing air. Now, I'm not getting into the climate change thing. I'm talking about the air, the atmosphere, the breathing, the city air and all of that. We do have to do things for cleaner air and cleaner water. As far as climate change, that's a whole different topic I will not get into right now because we're all going to have different views on it, and it's almost become a religion. But when it comes to air, we can clean up our air and our water. But we have to stop contaminating them first. These forever chemicals, we shouldn't be using anymore. I mean, we just shouldn't. There could be a real detriment to our drinking water in the future.
Isn't a lot of it plastics?
Yes, Mark, but a lot,
We've talked about this. How do you get rid of all plastics?
Well, you don't get rid of them. Now, Mark, you don't get rid of them. It's the manufacturing process and other ways. PFAs are just a general term, and it's not just plastic. PFAs come from manufacturing mostly, and it's just scary. It really is scary, and I hope that our technology really, really works on getting rid of them.
Yeah, basically says any facilities using
you're right.
resins, molds, plastics, semiconductors.
That's right.
Paper mills,
wire,
metal finishers, leather,
plating,
aviation manufacturing, everything.
Yeah, it's the byproduct of the manufacturing.
Wait. Reading this, that means you're part of the problem, aviation.
Hey, so are you. You drive a car, you wear leather, you wear textiles. Come on, bro. You got plated materials. You got a motorhome. Come on, your carbon footprint is Bigfoot. Anyway, Jeremy, what's going on with you, Jeremy? What's happening?
Sir. I spoke with you guys a while back. I'm the guy that lives up in Walden that was having the kerfuffle with the sheriff.
Now, Jeremy, was it, now tell me the truth here, was it about you thought you were being picked on?
Yeah.
And did I want to know kindly if I said, come on, you sound like a nut, or what did I say at the time? I'm looking for, oh, there it is. There it is. You called on January 9th. You said, you're a disabled vet. Thank you for your service. You're getting harassed in Walden because you won a DUI trial, meaning was it dismissed or was it you were found not guilty? What was it?
I was found not guilty.
Okay, and examples you're giving. Someone opened your propane stove to leak into the garage. Now, that's pretty serious.
That's not the reason for my call.
No, I understand, but I'm giving people a recap. And number two, there are constant drive-bys at your house and giving you the finger. Okay,
wait, is that stuff still going on, or did that cease?
It has stopped because some people got involved and put a stop to all that.
Oh, really? Who got involved for that?
Just some of my friends that are very well known in the community.
Okay, that's good, Jeremy. So now what's going on, sir?
So now I'm dealing with the tax issue. I received that settlement from the county.
What settlement?
So because of my not guilty verdict, I received a settlement from the county.
Wait a minute. Normally people don't get settlements for not guilty because police, if they have reasonable cause to arrest, there's no damages or anything. So what kind of a settlement? Give me an idea.
So, I can't talk too detailed.
Wait, you did did you do a confidentiality thing?
Yeah.
Then never mind.
A non-disclosure agreement.
Never mind then. I don't want you to do it.
I can just say this. I received it because it covered the extra costs that I incurred because of the administrative DMV side of it.
Oh, I remember this, Tom.
In the criminal court,
wait.
I still have to have all these.
I want to make sure people understand. I want to make sure this is the right caller. You actually had a clear license. No, I'm thinking of a different caller. Forget it.
Mark, what this one was is harassment, basically. And he did get monetary damages. I have a note here. Okay, so what's going on now, sir? How do we help you?
Well, so for the last 15 years, my only income has been Social Security and VA disability.
Now, by the way, this settlement with the city, did it involve money?
Yes, I did receive a monetary settlement.
Okay, now let's move on to today. You have a tax problem.
Right. Well, now because of that settlement, I now have to file taxes, and I...
Wait, so hold on now. If the settlement puts you over the top for filing, you were under 12 grand a year before?
No, all my income was untaxed because it was VA and Social Security.
Well, Social Security is not untaxed. I don't know who told you that. It is untaxed if hold on. It is untaxed if it falls under the reported amount. And I believe...
And it does. It does. My Social Security only comes to about 10 grand a year.
Okay, so now I understand. You were untaxed, but everyone, if they get a monetary award or if you win something in Black Hawk or whatever, you have to file tax for that year because it's ordinary income.
Unless if it was to recoup expenses.
Now, if it was a direct reimbursement, Mark, you're correct. There's something else, Mark, that is not taxed, and that's pain and suffering. So we don't know what your damages were. So, and you can't really... Well, you can probably talk about the nature.
I can't give you a number. I can tell you what it covered all the costs that I had with DMV, my attorney's fees.
But did you, could you directly, well, Mark, I don't know. Listen, Mark, listen carefully. This is not a business. So he received money as reimbursement of those you know what? And therefore, I think he couldn't deduct those expenses, so therefore, he can't offset them. I don't think he can offset them as an individual.
It's a simple accounting question. Let's ask somebody.
Let's do it. Let's ask one of our accountants.
Let's get Eric up, Kelly.
My gut is saying, as an individual, if you get a monetary settlement to reimburse stuff, unless that stuff...
Well, what would the municipality in this case, or the whatever, what would they actually issue him? Would they issue him a check with a what? It wouldn't be a W-2.
Well, did you get a 1099? It would be a special 1099. Did you get one, Jeremy?
Yep. It's the
1099-G, right?
Miscellaneous.
Was it a 1099-G?
No, it was a 1099 MISC, miscellaneous.
Oh, okay. Because usually they're...
Originally, they had sent me the 1099 NEC, which that was the wrong 1099.
Yeah.
Then they issued me a 1099.
Now, for those listening, when you're not an employee, there are different 1099s. And what they'll say is 1099 hyphen DIV, which would be a dividend, hyphen INT, interest, hyphen MIS, which is miscellaneous, hyphen R, hyphen G, which is government. I don't know what R is, but I mean, I used to know all of them, but anyway, that's what it is. So what we have to figure out is it's a 1099 MIS. Is it income? I think it is. Can you offset it? I don't know. Let's find out. So Kachina Kalori or Suze, if you guys could set us up there with a tax expert, any one of our tax experts, and we'd love to talk about that. And then Heather wants to talk about no power for a neighbor. We'll talk about that and more coming up. 303-713-TALK. And then Deputy Doc has a follow-up we'll get to. It's a really good one. I heard him talking. 888heating.com for your replacement of furnace and air. But get them to check it out, too. They're honest people, good people. And if they do replace, you'll save about $1,100. Plus, for a penny more, you get a free system. Well, it's a penny, right? Whole house air quality. 888heating.com. 303-770-2776.
Trees, evergreen trees, fruit trees, and more in all sizes, including easy carry-out sizes for the do-it-yourselfer. Also, larger trees up to 20 feet tall for your landscaper to plant. Or choose from thousands of flowering and evergreen shrubs, including hedges. And the tree...
All right, Tom, you're coming up next. You got about 10 seconds.
25 to exit 235, then 5 miles west to the tree farm.
Okay. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. When I say they are attentive, I'm not kidding. They just emailed me, and I emailed them back this morning. They want to know, hey, Tom, what about your pension plan, and did you get that transferred? They're manipulating all of this so I can transfer it to an IRA and then use it to self-direct it into other things, and they're helping me. And they can help you. It doesn't matter if you have a lot of money, if you only have a little money. In fact, they can help you more when you don't have a lot. And I have some elements here and there. It's not like I'm super rich, but I don't know what to do to get that income when I want to retire. When Mark kicks my ass out of here, I don't know what to do. So, you know, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies truly is helping me put all my ducks in a row. They can help you. They're a sponsor of this show, rpcenter.com. rpcenter.com. Call for a free consultation and as many meetings as it takes for you to feel comfortable. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. Here's that number, 970-663-3211. You know, Deputy Doc's in his new place, and he had Made in the Shade come by. And one of the things he absolutely loved, he said, Tom, they came in and measured and estimated free, right? That alone, just measuring all that, if you wanted to do it yourself, is a pain in the ass. Plus, they gave me temporary shades to put up that were really nice until mine came in. And then they came in and they installed them all. Plus, he had design help, God knows he needs it, to help him pick the right textures and colors, whether soft goods or hard goods, any window covering Made in the Shade. Google them, Made in the Shade window coverings in Denver. Or, of course, just look for them at referralist.com or call directly 720-458-6566. Yeah. Your mic, you got to put it over there.
Oh, no, I'm just looking for you.
No, I know, but when you're ready.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want you to swing it when I talk.
They gave me this great, like, fabric thing, just lets the light in softly, and it's really, really nicely.
Well, when are you going to have a house when they got
soon as they get my shutters up.
Did we get you a TV?
Oh yeah, Mark gave me the TV.
Oh, good.
So we try to watch the game Monday night, and we tried every combination with my son's sign-in, except for the only time in any of his things, yeah, he had a capital E to Eric, and all of his other sign-ons were small e. So it took us about 45 minutes to finally figure out what was going on. Well, we got to see the last quarter of the game.
He didn't have it on the computer while he was waiting? Oh, he couldn't get it on.
I couldn't sign in. No, he wasn't there.
Oh, I get it.
It was my poker game.
Oh. Hey, does Wienerman still come?
What? Yeah.
He's doing okay?
Yeah, he's doing super.
He's retired.
Yes.
That's what's good.
Hey, see, that's... So we got that set up there. It's perfect.
Oh, that's a nice fucking table.
Yeah.
Did you bring that with you?
No, I had it. I got it from... No, it's like a... it's not felt. It's vinyl.
Oh, no, this, right?
Yeah, it's vinyl.
Surface.
It's a vinyl surface.
It looks like a carpet almost.
Yeah, but it's not.
Soft? It's not.
No, it's
okay.
it's you don't want it. You know.
Who's that?
His name is Bobby Miller. I don't think you know any of these people.
That's a young man.
Yeah, he's a dealer.
Oh, you hired the dealer?
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, he wasn't there that week.
That's fun. Now, do you guys rotate games?
No, I have it. That's why I have it at my house, because there's no wife, and we have the loft set up for poker. Well, we all chip in for that. No. Well, I buy the snacks, and then for food we have it delivered, and who's ever eating chips in for the food, and we pay the dealer, so he does.
Drinks?
Oh yeah, but not alcoholic. Occasionally he'll have a beer, but that's but there's no hard liquor. The thing is, there's too much money. I mean, you can win or lose $2,000, so people don't drink when there's that kind of money at stake.
When I was a kid, working for the newspaper, I used to go to a game Saturday mornings. I don't know why they had it on Saturday morning, but
so because people weren't working.
And back then, our hands were $1 to $5.
Yeah.
All right, 15 seconds, Tom.
From the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. 630 K-House. An iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, so Jeremy, Eric Reinemer's with us from Atlas CPAs and Advisors. Great people. Oh, man, they help me so much with taxes and other things. And atlasfirms.com. Now, Eric, Jeremy, this is an interesting question. Eric, in general, let's just talk about this. I always want to educate people and help them and myself. In general, when you have a damage award for pain and suffering, I was told that's not taxable as regular income because you're being compensated for pain and suffering, and they theoretically, the ledger in the sky says you probably lost that. Now, I'm not talking about economic damages, but pain and suffering. If someone comes to you with a pain and suffering award, do you claim it as income?
No, that's my understanding as well. Pain and suffering is different than an economic benefit.
Now, an economic loss, truly then, if you lost income, let's say, and you're reimbursed, that would be a taxable damage, right?
Yes.
Now, what about Jeremy? Jeremy was charged with a DUI, and it was falsely based or something. He can't give details because of confidentiality, but we can surmise that he got a damage award from an economic amount of money from the county or city because they prosecuted him and should not have, and he was reimbursed for legal expenses, and what else, Jeremy?
A portion of that was paying for damages, emotional damages.
Did they? Wait. Hold on now, Eric. Jeremy, does it actually say pain and suffering or emotional damages?
So here's the way this all went down. I wrote a letter to the county.
Jeremy, none of that matters. Here's what matters: the settlement agreement. Does it specify what the money was paid for?
No, it does not.
Now,
the only place anywhere in there is on the check stub for the check that came from the county's insurance.
What does
company.
it say?
It says bodily injury final loss payment.
Okay, well that's kind of good. That's kind of good. And Jeremy, because there is a lack of wording in your settlement, that other stuff you wanted to tell me now does come into play. So tell me what you were saying about you wrote to them.
I just wrote a letter saying these are the extra costs that I had, including the interlock, the gas money involved in the interlock system, and attorney's fees and all of that stuff. But then there was a section in there that specifically asked for an amount for damages.
Okay, what I want to know is this.
Stress and damage.
I understand. Did you delineate exactly what your expenses were?
In that letter, yes.
Okay, so Eric, how would he parse this out, and what would be taxable in your opinion?
Well, I think, like you said, Tom, I go by what the document actually says, but it sounds like there's some subjective room for interpretation there. I'm a little bit fuzzy on.
Right, Jeremy. If you were reimbursed for legal fees, Eric, wouldn't that be income or not?
Not necessarily. Not if, like, an individual has legal fees and you get reimbursed. That doesn't sound like income to me, unless you took a deduction for it in a business environment.
Okay. So the fact that someone helped him, for lack of a better term, if someone gave him money to pay his legal fees, that would be taxable. No or yes? Maybe not.
No, if somebody's just reimbursed.
Okay, good. Okay,
yeah,
so it sounds to me like all of his stuff was reimbursed or pain and suffering.
Yeah, it wasn't in a business environment is different than in a personal environment. You're just getting reimbursed for some out-of-pocket expenses.
So you're at ground zero then. You're not a positive.
Right.
Okay, so Mark said that. He thought that if you were brought to zero, there would be no income. And Jeremy, it sounds like, of course, you might want to get an accountant. And can I just ask something in general, Jeremy? Would this create let's just say it was all taxable. Would it create a substantial tax burden?
Extremely substantial, considering I'm on fixed income and we're looking at in the several of thousands in tax liability.
And did you already spend, I'm just curious, did you already spend that money, Jeremy?
I pay, yeah.
Okay, that's all you had to say. You paid.
Majority of it was paying out-of-pocket expenses.
Okay, listen, man. Listen, Jeremy. I'm hearing, and we can't know for sure unless you see the settlement agreement and your tax stuff. But I'm sure that if you go, but you will have to file probably or not. Eric, if his other income does not come up to the level of having to report, does he have to report and explain this or not?
I would only if he, for some reason, got issued a 1099.
He did.
The IRS.
He got issued a 1099 miscellaneous.
Oh, well, that makes a difference. If you got filed a 1099, you wanted to report it, but you could show the offsetting expenditures that would zero it out.
Okay, and for that, even though you may not have to pay tax, Jeremy, you would have to pay someone to prepare that tax. I don't think you should do it yourself.
And here's the thing. I went to because remember, small town Walden, I went to a local here that does tax preparation, and my taxes have already been filed. But I contacted yesterday.
When did you get the award, though? What tax year did you get the award?
Last year.
Oh,
It was
okay.
last year.
Got it. Well, listen, man, listen. You do have to do an amended return, or they're going to find the 1099, and they're going to match it, and they're going to want to know why.
And I did when I filed the 1099.
Hey, Eric, wait a minute. You included that 1099 in your income?
That's what the tax preparer that I had do it told me I needed to do.
Okay, and if you did that, you didn't pay tax on it.
And, you know, all the paperwork that I have, because it was all e-filed and I haven't paid it yet, but all the paperwork that I have says that I'm going to owe several $1,000s.
Okay,
man,
so
you screw up.
But
dude.
hold on. So the tax preparer counted this as regular income, and it shows an amount due. Yes or no? Yes?
Yeah, I've got all the forms in front of me.
He owes thousands, he just said.
Jeremy.
The tax return.
Jeremy. Yes, I know. So, Jeremy, what that guy did, he did it wrong. And as Mark eloquently put it, he screwed you. So now what we have to do is you have to do, Eric, a 1099, right?
And an amended return.
Well, that's what, excuse me, I didn't mean a 1099. You're right. That's what I meant, an amended return. Right, Eric?
Well, Jeremy, has the return already been filed?
Electronically, yes.
Okay, so then it sounds like I would just go back to your tax guy and say that there are relating expenses against this that have not been discussed.
I wouldn't, no offense, Eric, I wouldn't tell him to go back to that guy.
I wouldn't
that guy
either.
Sounds like a moron.
I wouldn't either. Was this one of the tax prep services, Jeremy?
Were they in the lobby of Walmart?
No, it's a local up here that does this.
Jeremy, you're going to have this done. And here's some good news, okay? I want to tell you this. Good tax prep people don't have to be in your town. They can be anywhere. Don't worry about it. You can do it by phone. You can call even Atlas. But, you know, I'm not saying to call them. They're not in the business of just tax prep. They usually have customers they help with along the way. But I'm saying that you need to call someone and get this corrected, and the sooner the better. Now,
can you help find me somebody to do it? Because
a one-up place? Okay, listen.
Or maybe if anybody's listening.
Well, no, we don't want to do that. You don't do that at random. Eric, let me just ask you straight up, and you're busy as hell, and you guys have a lot of regular clients. Do you do one-up stuff like this?
If need be, yeah, we've done that, yeah.
Okay, so here, I would recommend Atlas, 303-799-9111, and that's Atlas CPAs, atlasfirms.com. We have more coming right up. Got to take this break. Stay on the line, people. I'll get to all of your phone calls right after this.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver.
Yes, automatically, and attorney.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz.
We've got some major drama over on the east end of town. I-70 westbound after I-225, a rolled box truck blocking two right lanes. Crews are on site, and this one is going to take a while. We're seeing stop-and-go traffic back from Airport Road, about 15 minutes of delayed driving for folks leaving the DIA area. Otherwise, a pretty standard drive throughout the Denver Metro, I-25 north and southbound. No complaints into and out of downtown. Fox 31 pinpoint weather warming up significantly after yesterday. Mostly sunny skies with highs in the lower 50s. Overnight low of 26. Tomorrow high of 65. The current temperature in Denver is 39 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
All right, Tom, you're coming up next.
Gotcha.
Been indicted. It's an outrageous abuse of power.
Learn why.
We'll explain what's really happening with the Trump indictment.
So download Verdict with Ted Cruz wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, my go-to expert for family law, the Harris Law Firm, harrisfamilylaw.com. They also have webinars they do weekly, and you can watch those free of charge and get access to the archives as well at harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. And, you know, there's so many different topics. Let's take taxes, for example. Jenny Ray is with Harris, one of the fine attorneys there. Jenny, does the IRS know that I'm divorced, and do I have to do anything different? Do I have to tell them, or what?
know what? Great question, Tom. So the IRS technically does not know that you're divorced. So, for instance, if a person is getting divorced in the state of Colorado, nothing is filed with the IRS to inform the IRS that you are now subsequently divorced. How a person will kind of arrange that is on their filing. So it's very important, to review the tax returns, not only going through a divorce, because you can find all sorts of information like asset ownership, such as like rental properties or, retirement assets, 401k contributions, but also making sure that you review the information very carefully after you're divorced as well.
Okay, and therefore, you have to take care of that, of course, as an individual. The IRS is not all-knowing. And when it comes to since you guys do estate law as well, when it comes to your estate plan, you have to make those changes on your wills and all of that. I bet you find a lot of times people don't know they have to do that, or they forget.
That's exactly right, Tom. You raise a very important point as well, that information needs to be reviewed as well after a divorce, because certainly you could have that your ex-spouse is to receive all of your assets upon your death, right. And so it's very important that you review those and modify them as necessary.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you. HarrisFamilyLaw.com, 303-515-5000.
Was that?
I said your mic's on during the break if you want to talk. I just turn the mic on. And I'll turn it on when you want to talk, of course, on the show. I keep it off so we don't get echoes.
Oh, that's fine.
How you doing? Good?
Sure. I can't believe that guy hit. I guess some people don't get it.
Hey, Suze? Suze?
To me or Mark? To me or...
Oh,
hey, what's up, Tommy?
Hey,
Sorry,
Suze, on that, I'm going to turn down my online here. All right, back up online.
What did he want you to reach out to her for?
Monthly pays.
Oh, okay.
Hey, DH says there are no echoes with Doc's mic on. Hey, okay, so when I'm talking, I'm going to turn it on and off, and I want to know if it makes a difference. So that's not Shannon, it's Dragon.
Dragon, right? Yeah, I'm here all day.
All right, now listen, Dragon. So I'm going to count to 5 with his mic on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to turn his mic off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exactly the same?
Yeah, I noticed no change. Do it again for me.
Okay, now his mic is off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now his mic is on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No difference. Okay.
Yeah, I don't hear anything at all.
So I can actually leave his mic on then, except when he slobbers and, does all that other stuff.
Don't let him trip over it.
Oh, boy.
No, he's been watching his feet. I need to put a mat over those wires.
That's a lawsuit waiting to happen, brother.
Don't give him any ideas.
Let's get John Fuller on. If Doc falls at Tom's house and cracks his skull and dies, how much money does Mark get?
Hey, don't forget, I broke my ankle walking into the studio 2 years ago.
You did?
Oh my
Don't you remember?
Really?
I didn't know you
That's an iHeart problem.
That's an iHeart issue, not a Mark.
10 seconds, guys. 10 seconds.
No, it's the landlord's issue.
Results.
I think it was
before and
3
after pictures at
3 years ago.
advancedhair.com.
I didn't know that.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. All right, let's go to the phones. We have Heather calling for a neighbor. Heather, what's happening?
Hey, Tom, how's it going?
Good, Heather. What's happening with your neighbor?
Yeah, so basically, they removed her electrical panel last Tuesday.
Wait. Her electrical panel?
Right. So she was having some lights flickering, some issues. So they said they ordered the panel on March 8th.
And is this an electrical company or the utility company?
It is a rental company. It's Invitation Homes.
So she's renting, and they sent a maintenance person to remove her electrical. Like when you say remove a panel, the whole panel?
Yes, they installed a brand new panel and they put brand new breakers in it.
Okay, so what's the problem?
So basically, they removed the meter and they installed the panel. They put the breakers in there, and they said, "Hey, you'll be out of power for like 3 hours, right?" And she's like, "Oh, my kids are at school and I'm at work. No big deal."
Now, when was this done? The replacement?
Last Tuesday.
Okay, and she still doesn't have power?
Correct. And what I found out, I work for a large home builder in the state. I'm a construction manager.
Yeah.
And I left one of my homeowners without power, I would be fired. Let's just put that on record.
Yeah, well, hold on. This is a rental. She has to have power. That's a basic habitability. So they did it last week, and they have to reset the meter. Is it a backup at Excel, maybe?
So what happened was they did not pull the permit to rewire the panel, and they pulled the meter off the house without the city's permission, is what happened.
Well, you mean without Excel's permission?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, it's IREA, but...
Oh,
yeah.
IREA, okay. Okay. Now, so what does that mean? It doesn't mean she's going to be without power forever. What does it mean?
Well, that now they are not even getting back to her to let her know when she will have power.
My God.
We had to move all of her food into my fridge. You know, she's my best friend. I help out as much as I can.
So the neighbor was having electrical issues, so landlord installed a new panel, but in doing so, they had to remove the meter. I didn't realize...
We should reach out to CORE and see what they say about it. That's going to be the most important.
Who?
IREA. They're no longer IREA. They're CORE.
Oh, that's right. They're CORE. Touche.
Mark, when did that happen? Are they still a cooperative?
Yeah, I believe so, but it's been a long time, man.
Oh, okay. So, meter has not been reinstalled. No, listen, who's responsible for replacing that meter? Do we know?
Well, I mean, it should be the rental company.
You mean the management or whatever, the landlord. Let's just say the landlord.
Right.
We need to put someone on this to figure it out.
That's my point, though. CORE is going to know if there's something in the works.
I'll have Deputy Doc call over there. He's right here.
Okay, yeah, they've been in a hotel. She's a single mother with 4
children. Wait a minute. Does she have rental insurance?
I don't believe so.
This is wrong. No, they can't just do this. They can't leave her without power. Like, hold on.
It's so bad.
Deputy Doc, Kachina Kalori is going to get your information. Give it to Deputy Doc. We're going to get right on this. This is serious. Thank you very much. This is wrong. So I would say we got to take care of this one. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's talk quickly here to, so Deputy Doc, you got that one. I'm going to write it down here. Rosalie. Hi, Rosalie. What's going on?
Hello. Yes, I'm Tom.
Yeah.
I'm having issues because on the 29th of December, I felt taking my mom and dad some food because my mom had just gone out of rehab because she couldn't walk, and I slipped and fell on the premises where she lives. And I told the manager I ended up in the ER with all they could find was a muscle. I pulled my muscle in my groin area.
Yeah.
But then I started doing everything, and I tried getting...
But hold on a second. Explain the circumstances to me. When you went there, was it snowing, Rosalie, or was it normal out? What was it?
No, it had just finished snowing.
That's why I'm asking. Do you mean it just finished snowing? And where did you fall?
I fell at the Pine Cone Village Apartments in Brighton, Colorado.
No, he means like on the sidewalk or where?
Yes. No, it was the driveway right by the handicap, where the handicap signs are.
Okay. And when you say it just stopped snowing, this is very important. Are we talking about it was snowing all night and it just stopped, or it was only snowing for an hour? Do you know?
It was the day before, so there was some snow, but
okay.
They didn't clean the.
So you're
clean the
saying
snow
they had
what
I'm getting at is this: they had plenty of a chance to shovel.
Correct.
Okay. And the liability here is questionable. There's premises liability is one of the easiest ones to get out of, but that doesn't give them a ticket either to just let a dangerous situation exist.
What was the name of the complex real quick before we go to break? I wanted to look at it.
It's called Pine Cone Village Apartments.
And what do they say? Do they say they're going to do anything?
No, I got the number to the owner. His name's Tyson, and I've been calling him, leaving him messages. And one time he did answer, and he told me that he was driving, that he would call back. I've been out of work for going on 4 months.
Wait a minute. Okay, this happened 4 months ago?
Yes, and I can't get nobody to help me.
You were
I can't
hurt,
even pay my bills.
Rosalie, you were hurt that bad?
Yes.
All right, hold on. Just hold on. We need to get John Fuller on to talk to. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We need to figure out what's going on here. By the way, Denver Regenerative Medicine doing stem cell therapy. I had mine. I'll give you an update. DenverRegen.com, 833-STEM-GEN to talk to the actual doctors that do stem cell on the phone, a virtual visit in a way, to let you know what success they've had with your condition. That's DenverRegen.com, 833-STEM-GEN.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Major drama on the east end of town, I-70 westbound after I-225. We've got a rolled box truck blocking 2 right lanes. Crews are on the scene, and this one should be around for a while. Stopping our traffic back from Tower Road. Folks leaving DIA will have to add about 20 minutes extra to their commute. Otherwise, a pretty easy drive throughout the Denver Metro. I-25 northbound, we are seeing slower speeds between Alameda and 6th. No word of an accident. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies out there. Warmer than yesterday for sure, with highs in the lower 50s this afternoon. Overnight low of 26. Then we're seeing a warm trend starting tomorrow with a high of 65. The current temperature in Denver is 39 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
10 seconds, Tom. You're next.
By a grand jury in New York. So does this mean that he can still run for president? Absolutely. I'm going to explain to you what the law says. Download the Ben Ferguson Podcast now.
The best water heater deals anywhere. And I defy you to even try to do it yourself for this, because we're talking about Rheem and A.O. Smith. They're not junk water heaters. These are guaranteed for 6 years, plus the installation's guaranteed. And here's what they do. They install a 40-gallon, take out the old one, take it away, with new supply lines for water and a flex line for gas, 40 gallons for just $12.99. Incredible. If you want a 50-gallon, it's $13.99. And listen to this, no matter what size you want, they beat any price. That's what they guarantee. 303-668-6844. That's 668-6844. EuroPlumbingColorado.net. I love great deals. I really do. That's why he gives prices straight up. And the Art of Granite does the same thing. Now, every kitchen's different, but you give them a call, describe the job and some measurements, and Mitch Floria at the Art of Granite would love to give you a price on the phone. Now, it's not just for granite either. The name says granite, but they do all countertops. And all materials are done at cost. They charge for fabrication and installation. They even tear out and haul away free, and they do the bathroom vanity free when you have the kitchen done. So call and get your price today. TheArtOfGranite.com, 303-386-5919. And if you want to get a price on your jewelry, I mean selling, you can go to davidellsjewelry.com. Of course, you can buy there too, but if you're looking to sell your antique jewelry, your vintage used jewelry, or junk jewelry, you know, the tangled messes and the stuff in the junk drawer, you can do anything. He'll give you a fair price for the antique and old, and he'll weigh it and pay it for the junk. David Ellis Jewelry, 3rd and Clayton, a name we've trusted for 40 years, 303-322-8779.
Hey, Jim, Mark, hey, give me a call back. I got someone.
Let's hear what George has to say. Give me some direction where to go with the power. He just said he has a comment. So maybe before I call her.
Okay, got it.
Let's just see what he has to say.
Let's see what has to say, Doc.
Information, and then I'll call Heather.
Huh?
Here's my point, though, okay? No matter what the technical issue is, if that management company removed the meter,
they have to put it back.
Whether they did it right or not, or no matter what they have to do, they have to do it. No matter what. It's not her problem, let's put it that way.
Exactly.
And even if they're waiting on the power company, they should at least pay her expenses because they fucked up.
Okay, I will call.
In my opinion.
Right.
Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
John Fuller is not available.
Ah, crap.
Do you want somebody else?
Wait, he's nowhere around?
He's in an appointment from 10:30 to 12:30.
Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Let's think.
Probably mediation.
Should we?
Well, we could circle back at 12:30 or 1.
What do you think? I think we should push it off because it's important enough.
Yeah, we could circle back.
Until 1?
If the caller's available.
Or see if we can get on Marco. Marco loves this kind of stuff.
You could try Marco. You want to try Marco Bendinelli? He's a trip.
Or his son.
I don't know if I have.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, and John doesn't particularly love premises liability.
Let's see here.
If we can't get Marco, then let's put it off till later, and I'll kiss her goodbye. Or we can do it.
Well, I could reschedule it for 1:15
Well,
or
try
something
Marco.
like that.
He's great if we can get him. Sending it to you now.
Okay, thanks.
I wonder if that's the same Michael we've had before. The blind guy looking for work.
Probably. How many Michael blind people would be calling the show?
His name's Michael,
right?
and he's blind, and he was looking for work, and he's a pretty good guy, nice voice.
I think he's called in before, yeah.
Hey, Mark, are you going to build a studio? Did you buy a house yet?
Not outside. Man, I'm starting to look at stuff in Florida, like moving there permanently.
Mark, Florida is so beautiful. Hey, listen.
I love around where John has a place. The Keys are gorgeous.
I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you there's some other parts, too, that are pretty inexpensive.
We want to be on the water, though, man.
No, I'm talking about on the water.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about north of Daytona. There's some beautiful spots along.
Give me a town.
Well, Ormond Beach.
What's the matter with Daytona?
Well, Daytona's just a little busy.
Oh, okay.
Ormond's beautiful, but
we've never really been to anywhere in that area of Florida.
Except Orlando. We've only really gone to Orlando.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We haven't been down to Florida.
Now, the West Coast is also beautiful, Mark.
We do remember on our trip last year, we stayed north or Florida for a night or something. Remember
Mark,
that?
the West Coast, I love the West Coast.
You couldn't get me to the West Coast.
Why? No, I'm talking about the West Coast of Florida.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The Gulf Coast, I should say.
That's one of the biggest growing areas in the country.
Man, like Tampa, St. Pete.
Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgranger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So we got a quick comment here for Heather. Now, Heather is the one who's her neighbor, is living without power because the landlord replaced the panel, which is fine, but they never reset the meter. And even if it turns out to be CORE's problem, which is formerly IREA, or delay, then the landlord's got to do something. They can't just say, sorry, stay in a motel until you're ready. They got to reimburse her or something. What's your comment, George?
Well, knowing what I just heard, I think the landlord immediately, and I mean today, needs to get arrange for a generator for temp power to power her.
Well, she can pay for a hotel or something as well.
Right, the landlord can pay for a hotel, right? Wouldn't you go along with that?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, whatever it is, he needs to get her in a place that is habitable immediately, and deal with the reconciling who did what wrong, who has to ultimately
Right,
pay for it
exactly.
after the later. I mean, that's the bottom line. He is contractually responsible. The landlord is contractually responsible to her for a habitable
That's right.
residence.
That's right.
The rest of it is other contracts, and I don't know who signed what, what's written, what's not. I mean, I could take a guess. I mean, I would also consider contacting the electrical inspector in the municipality in the jurisdiction, because you cannot just disconnect someone without do that work without a permit.
Right.
And if the permit is just to pull it off, you can't leave somebody without power. I mean, that's the bottom line. The inspector is going to potentially help facilitate.
I agree, George.
together.
Everything you're saying, I agree on. Listen, I want to ask you something, George. I recognize your voice. You're a critical thinker because you call in often on different items, and you got your ducks in a row. What do you or did you do for a living?
Well, currently I'm a BAS commercial electrician. I used to, for decades, I did mediation.
Ah, you did mediation for who? For electrical problems?
No, for myself. High conflict. I worked a lot in Jefferson County.
Are you retired now or still working?
Not as a mediator. I don't do the mediation.
No, but you're working full-time as an electrician?
Correct. Yeah, BAS.
Okay.
Building automation.
All right. Very cool, George. Thank you for calling. We always appreciate your expertise. If you ever want to, volunteer and do anything, you sound like deputy material. Anyway, speaking of deputies, Deputy Doc, you called, you talked to the woman with the fence problem, ET Fence. Now, they sounded like bad dudes, but really quickly, 30 seconds or less, they're out there now?
They're out there now, and she's going to call me and let me know the progress and whether she's satisfied.
He said, please give me a chance to finish, and
Yes,
that's what
did.
she's doing. We'll give you updates on that. Anyway, 303-713-TALK. Michael, stay on the line. Rosalie, we'll come right back to you as well.
Hey, it's Dan Kaplis. Catholic, you're killing it getting these up quick now.
Good. Hey, does Sue still have her allergies?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, compared to prior to all her shots, man, not even, God, man, 95% better, like no shit.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's a long deal. She's still getting shots.
Hey, by the way, this case against Trump, I've even heard liberals, I mean, just not like screaming liberals saying this is a weak case after reading it.
Yeah.
What do they hope to do then? Because if they take another shot and miss, it's going to look so bad for them.
Good morning.
We always think that, but it never really does it?
Well,
they're just trying to draw it out, make him look like a criminal until the election happens.
Yeah, exactly, or throughout the campaign.
Because then they're just going to run on, hey, this guy is a criminal.
He's wanted for everything.
He's being charged for crimes. He's a bad guy.
The other side did that to Hillary,
We're fighting for the soul of
though.
the nation again.
Hey, did you know, Tom, that Hawaii's got about the lowest property tax in the freaking country?
I would have never guessed that.
I swear to God, I would have thought it was different. I know when you build out there, they charge you going up as well as out.
Do you think it's because there's so much commercial property and that tax covers the
well,
homeowners?
just according to this article, Doc, it's because it's got the highest median house value in the U.S.
Wow.
So the values are the average house is 7 1/4, and that's like, that's something like truly in a neighborhood. You want something on the beach, a shack is $2 million. Well, I guess depending on the island and where, but I mean somewhere sought after. We might go this year, man. You going to Hawaii this year?
I don't. Yeah, no. We're going to Switzerland and Italy.
I think we'll hit. maybe we keep saying Bora Bora or Tahiti, but I really like Hawaii. I'd like to go to Bali, actually, but...
That sounds good.
You know what would be fun? You fly into
I'm good.
Hawaii for about a week. Then you fly from Hawaii to Tahiti. And then Tahiti back to Hawaii and then home.
No, we're good. Thanks.
Where the hell's Rock? What's that, a shot of tequila?
Yeah.
What is that?
Drinking on the job.
What is that?
Soy sauce.
For what?
Edamames.
Oh, okay. Soy sauce.
You gonna judge that?
Soy sauce. I like
You
soy
become
sauce.
so judgy.
How am I judgy?
Teasing you.
I don't... Do you guys like people with bumper stickers? That's what she's talking about. I saw some wacko today that had like 800 bumper stickers.
But you would have never said that if it was all Trump
Oh, my
and
God, of course I would.
pro-gun stuff, right?
Absolutely I would.
Okay, fair enough then.
You don't
Fair
have...
enough.
Who has 800 bumper stickers? Each one describing a
Probably
part of their
Dragon.
life.
Watch Dragon has 800, and we're just making fun of him now.
You know those people.
But, and it's always like a $2.50 car, too.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. And there's one on there that's always there.
Yeah.
The coexist.
Yes.
Coexist
Yes.
is on every fucking one.
Hey, Tom.
He's up getting some coffee.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Can you tell him that I'm not hearing anything from Marco, so we probably need to reschedule Rosalie.
Well, who else do we have with personal injury?
Bonnie Shields?
Nah, she doesn't do enough of it for this. I mean, hold on a second.
What about Rudaboris?
I just thought of... Oh, Rudabori. I don't know. He really doesn't. Well, hold on. Maybe. He hates coming on the air, though.
I know.
That's the only problem with this. Geez, you put his name in Google, and it's like, what the fuck you trying to say? There he is.
Oh, did you put...
I found him. No, I spelled it right.
Miles is asking, did you put his internet on autopay? I thought he did.
He doesn't... He won't get a bill till... Actually, I don't know the answer to that. Yeah, he set all that up. I didn't set that up.
I
He
just got
needs to-
emailed about a bill being due 4/22. My internet... What's your login? I'll look. What's your login for internet? And I'll look.
No, he does not do... he does not do that.
Yeah, it
So...
doesn't think it's on.
I want to check one other... I think Harris might have 4 or 5 attorneys that do it.
I don't know. Oh. Dad thought you set it up. I didn't set up my internet. He doesn't know his
Good
login.
morning. Thanks so
It's
much.
Rich
for calling
Harris,
the
right?
Latino Troubleshooter Show. Hey, Jordan. Yep, you're not on until 11:15 until the next break. Do you want to like call back so you don't have to put on hold, or do you mind? Yeah, like 11:10 would be perfect. Okay. Thanks. All right. Bye.
Nope, they don't do PI. I'm so shocked when I see attorneys that don't do PI. I'm just... oh, wait. Hold on.
Hey, Suzanne.
Yep.
Bob at LEM just called, and I think it might have been one of the days when you guys were in Nebraska. He called in, and Tom wanted him in studio, and he just called to remind.
Oh, for getting, for like a landscape day?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be a little bit, though.
What, before we set him up?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've got to get in
Oh,
our
I
other...
have an opening next Wednesday if he wants to come in.
No. What they were talking about was having 2 or 3 landscapers in.
Well, Green Jeans can never come in. The only other one would be his bro, Ironwood Earth Care.
Well, how about our other tree guys?
Good check, huh?
And then who's the one that does the gorgeous stuff outside?
15 seconds, guys.
We should get that.
$1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. That's check. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. We are here to help you any way we can, and all you have to do is give us a call at 303-713-TALK. This hour brought to you by Water Pros, the best drinking water at the lowest prices. At the sink, $900. You can't beat it anywhere. 900. Oh no, I say 900. It's between 900 and 1,000. It's under 1,000, I should say. PaulTheWaterman.com. 303-862-5554. Drinking water is one of the primary things we need to be careful about. All right, let's talk and see what's on your mind. And I left off with a woman who fell, but we're
We're getting an attorney up, so give us a few minutes.
Right, yeah. She fell at a place they hadn't shoveled. Premises liability is very difficult to prove and very difficult to collect on. We'll talk about it, though.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
I just heard from John Fuller. He is available probably in about 20, 25 minutes.
Good.
So he's going to talk. He's going to text me when he's
Good. Brian. Oh, I'm sorry, not Brian. I'm sorry.
Rosalie.
No, I'm going to Michael now. It's Michael's turn. I'm going by how long they've been waiting here. Michael, what's happening?
Hey, guys. I'm having a good day so far. How about you?
Hey, Michael, how are you? I've haven't heard from you in a year or so.
It's been a while, man. I'm calling to see if I can get any help locally in the Boulder area with a job.
Okay. And may I ask, because we've helped you get jobs before, how long were you at your past job?
Gee, man, I've been a musician all my life.
No, I'm talking about, didn't you have some kind of calling job that we helped you get?
There was one of his girlfriends at Yellow Cab tried to set me up with a job, but they were unable to make that happen because it was incompatible. The system they were using was not able to work with a screen reader for blind.
Okay. What kind of job are you looking for, Michael?
Just, this sounds funny. That's a trick question when you ask that with a guy with a disability. But I can answer your question like this. I wouldn't mind doing something like answering phones.
Right.
Scheduling. Maybe doing some marketing.
Okay.
I'm very clever, speak very well. I am really adaptable. It depends. I dig ditches if I could find somebody who'd let me do it for money.
Well, here's what I want to know. You say Boulder area. What do you mean?
Well, I live in Boulder, so I'd like to be within 25 miles, I'd say.
Yeah, but a lot of phone work now you can do from anywhere.
Yeah, that's what you say. It's not, you need support. You need a supervisor over your shoulder, that kind of thing. Every once in a while, yeah, you can do stuff. I've tried those jobs, Tom. They don't make any money.
What jobs? I didn't even mention a job. What job?
Well, you said marketing from home.
No, I did not say that. I said phone work.
Pardon me.
So what do you not want to do? Let's put it that way.
Wash dishes?
No, I meant as far as phone work. You said they don't make any money. What kind of phone work do you not want to do?
I wouldn't want to sell, say, police foundations, sheriff department.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Okay, all that kind of crap. You don't want to go soliciting. How about a real sales job, though, or setting appointments?
Well, like right here, I'm on ZipRecruiter, guys. CarMax is hiring. It's fully remote, $18 an hour, full-time. Connect with inbound customers online over the phone. And that's one of like 500 of these jobs.
Yeah, Michael.
Hey, good. Way to go, Mark. Thank you. I knew somebody could help me.
Well, you do go online, right?
I do. Of course I do. I just didn't really think of that.
ZipRecruiter is what you're looking at, Mark?
Yeah, but there's lots of these monsters. ZipRecruiter, I'm not sure the business model. I think it's free to people looking, and the companies pay for it. So
It usually is, Mark, almost always, if
Yeah.
it's a legitimate job.
Now, let's just say something. We've had some very interesting experiences with people we've hired for phone work. We had one who charged us for napping.
yeah, but she actually wasn't bad.
No, she wasn't terrible. And then we had another guy.
If you took the meth away.
We had another guy that never worked, ever. But he sat there and
Do you remember his Facebook page? Do you recall?
with his marijuana.
With his, like, 3 pounds of marijuana in front of him.
Yeah. And
you know what he did prior to us, and this is why we hired him? We thought, if you can sell that, you can sell anything.
wasn't he selling timeshare on a jet?
Private jet timeshare.
Yeah. The guy was such a clown.
That would be hard to get motivated to do that, sure.
Incoming calls is probably what you want, man. I mean, a real company like CarMax, you're a customer service, you're not making outgoing, you're not trying to sell anything.
Yeah, that sounds great, Mark.
Yeah. So go to ZipRecruiter, or if you give us off the air your email, Mark will send you some links. So you have a screen reader, right? Or your email is read to you?
Okay, so yeah, I have a screen reader. It's called JAWS. It stands for Job Accessibility with Speech. And sometimes it doesn't work 100% with everybody's internet, for example, or websites. Sometimes it only picks up half of a sentence, for example.
But if you want to click on a link, how do you do that?
Oh, that's easy, man. I'll do it with my phone. I use Apple products. Okay.
All right.
And yeah. So I'll just click on it, just like you do. Except my phone talks to me, Tom. It's got adaptive technology as well.
Okay.
And that's how I get around with everything is on this darn phone.
And do you do Uber and Lyft? Is that how you get around?
That's how I get to my gigs. You bet, man. That's how I get to band practice. That's how I get to work. That's how
Now,
I take
your
care of my
gig,
family.
what do you play?
I'm a drummer. I'm in a band called Pretty Tied Up, Colorado.
And have you been working steadily with that?
We just reformed. We're 2.0. I'm a founding member. We've got 8 practices in. We'll be out by the middle of summer, and that will, of course, that will pay. But I need something in the meantime. I need a day gig, man, to pay bills and help out my family.
Okay. Are you married? I don't recall.
No, I'm not. I'm a single guy. I got girlfriends, of course. You know, I'm in the music business, but I got a family, 6 kids and 2 adults.
6 kids?
Yeah. We have a special needs child too. Yeah, my son's 27. He's turning out to be quite the young man. I'm pretty proud of him.
Okay.
But I need to help him out here. You know, I need to help myself too.
All right, Michael. Thanks for calling.
All right,
we'll
guys.
get you.
Hey.
Leave your email address so we have it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Brian, what's happening with you, Brian?
Hi, good morning.
Hey.
Thanks for taking the call.
What's happening?
I'm wondering if anybody can tell me about jury duty scams. I found something online about jury duty scam because I recently got a jury duty notice that is not like any other jury duty notice I've ever gotten before. And
It's very easy to figure out if it's real. Normally, the scam isn't the notice. The scam is usually, when it comes to jury duty, the scam is them telling you that you didn't show up or that there's a warrant out for your arrest and you have to pay by some kind of gift card or prepaid Visa or something like that. So when you say this notice doesn't look like the others, what do you mean?
Well, usually when you get a jury duty summons, I've been here 40 years, and over the last 30 years, this is the 5th time I've gotten a jury duty notice. And they're usually on a large card, like a postcard sort of a thing. And this one's a letter. And I've never seen a jury duty request come in the mail in the
Does
form
it
of a
have,
letter.
okay, and what is it for? Which county?
Well, it's Denver, I'm assuming.
Well, I mean, you live in Denver?
Yeah, it's downtown on 19th Street in Denver.
Okay, so why would there be a scam telling you to show up somewhere? If you call the number, not on the notice, but just call Denver courts, and ask for the jury plate, where a juror can verify a summons. Why don't you just do that? I mean, that would be really easy. I've never heard of jury scams where they ask you to show up. I mean, what would be the game there?
No, the thing is, there's this statement is you go onto the website for the e-juror icon and answer a survey.
Oh, hold on. I've never heard of anyone having to answer a survey. So
yeah, and I did that, and I really regret it because.
Does it say? Hold on. Does it say that it came from the city and county of Denver?
United States District Court for the District of Colorado. It has a name, the clerk of the city of the court, and the address, and it has a seal on it.
And what website did you have to go to for the survey?
I typed in is e-juror icon. It tells you to click onto the e-juror icon and do the survey. And I went into Google and I asked, is the e-juror icon...
Wait a minute. Was e-juror on... Did you get this notice on email?
No. It came in the mail.
Then what do you mean click on it?
It says go to, and it gives you a website.
What's the website? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, okay.
It's legit, Tom. E-juror's been around for a while.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if his is legit.
Well, that I don't know, but e-juror program, if you go to if you just Google e-juror, you're going to end up at uscourts.gov.
Okay.
Right.
But what I want to know is the website they sent you to, did it have a .gov at the end? Not in the middle, but at the end.
Yes.
Then okay. Then a .gov website is genuine.
Okay.
So
what
Brian,
kind of questions? What kind of questions were they asking?
Any personal information or just surveys?
Doc. I mean, it's pretty normal, guys. I know you guys haven't done it, but you can update your personal information there. You need to see if you actually have to report for jury duty. You can also submit a request to get out of it or a deferral and select an alternate time. I mean, you can do all this stuff right there.
Okay. Right. Well, I'm wondering, why is this big warning online about this type of letter? It corresponds.
There probably is fake ones out there, like Tom was saying, but if you end up at uscourts.gov, it's legit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one you have to worry about, and a phishing scam where they're asking for information that doesn't sound right, and you can always verify that letter. There must be a number on that letter, right?
Yeah, I went down to the courthouse, too, and they were really kind of rude to me, but I won't go into that.
You went to the federal courthouse?
I went down to the courthouse, the Alfred Araj United States.
Okay, and how were they rude? Tell me how they were rude.
Well, I said, I've never seen a jury summons like this before, and he says, well, things change, sir.
All right. Yeah, it sounds rude to me, too.
Sounds like he loves his job.
Anyway, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. More coming right up.
Democrats just want to win the next election, and they're trying to do it with ceaseless money printing. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon. It is critical to protect your retirement right now with a gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To learn more, get a free...
All right, Tom, 10 seconds. You're coming up next.
Safeguard to 989898. There's nothing to buy and no obligation at all. Text the word Safeguard to 989898 to get a free info kit on gold.
Paid for by Birch Gold Group.
You know, people are getting fed up with losing money in their retirement accounts and other accounts and basically anything tied to the stock market. And we really advocate safe, conservative investments that have guaranteed income, guaranteed no losses, guarantee to never lose principal of any kind or gains. There's all kinds of stuff you can get, and but only through the right people. Jordan Cano's one of those people, and he's with his dad. And the company, becomethebanker.org is the easiest way to explain it, because that's where you can sign up for webinars and look for more information. And what I'd like to know, what are the basics people are looking for, and what can you provide them, Jordan?
Yeah, Tom, it's safety. You hit it right on the head. We can help people roll over any accounts that's in the stock market, whether it's a 401ks, IRAs, brokerage accounts, and just be able to grow the money when the market's up to get the best of their growth and grow it and compound it. But the best part there, Tom, is anytime it drops or the market crashes, our account's locked in. There's no risk. They don't drop down. They don't have to remake their money up and to break even again in the future. So it's safety, giving them the ability to grow their money without risk.
And income, too, when they need it. That's important.
That's right. And once they decide to retire, they get income.
Now, are all retirement accounts able to be rolled over?
They are, Tom. They are. Now, most of them, a lot of them have to be at a certain age, whether they're 59 and a half or they're from an old employer. But the key thing is if they're in the market now, it's not worth taking that risk. So give us a call or visit that website, and we can make a meeting and take a look at it and make sure we can roll them over. That's the point.
BecomeTheBanker.org, BecomeTheBanker.org, 303-779-6600. Hey, you want to talk about something else that's safe, conservative, secure? Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. No gimmicks ever. He'll show you straight stats of his track record and how he sells for more money and faster. No matter what other people tell you, no one can match him. Not when it comes to monthly sales. He sells more in a month than most sell in a year, and more in a year than most people sell in a career. Also, he can help you buy. Go to Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, for the very best in real estate representation, whether buying or selling. 303-920-1622. And theartofgranite.com will help you whether you're in a new home, or you're getting ready to sell your home, or you just want to remodel your own home. And you can do it at all different price ranges, but one thing for sure, you'll get all the countertop material, whether it's granite or any other material, at the Art of Granite at wholesale. Then they tear out and haul away free the old stuff. They do the bathroom vanity free when you do the kitchen, and they'll give you prices on the phone. Now, why is that? The only time people give prices on the phone is when they love the value they offer. That's like theartofgranite.com. Call them and find out. 303-386-5919.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah?
I just want to let you know I've got John on and Rosalie back.
All right, great.
I got John on and Rosalie back.
Kiss my ass, Mark.
Yeah, it's not like the show sheet says that already.
I like when she came in and instead of asking me to take line 3,
you were talking to another
she asked
person.
Suzanne in front of me.
Can you tell Mark
to tell me
never
right
apologize again?
In front
Don't
of
even
me.
It's he's just busting your balls.
I know.
It was great.
It was not.
Oh, you were
great.
here, Dragon?
Yes. She
so
walked
you
right
witnessed
up next
it.
to you, standing shoulder to shoulder, looks at you, looks straight to Susan, goes, "Can you tell Mark that I need him to do this?"
No.
And then I brought it up on the air.
Oh, it was when Bennett called, and I didn't know if you knew Bennett. And Suzanne and I had previously talked about it. Oh, my God. I'm polite. I apologize.
God, how dare you? So, Dragon, you'll like this.
Yo.
She's an independent contractor for us.
Right.
And we pay her a certain amount.
Uh-huh.
So she bills us for quite a bit less.
Okay.
So we're sitting out and we're talking about some stuff.
Mark. God.
I said, but, you know, we're paying you more than this. And she started an argument with me.
Yes.
Literally
Beautiful.
argued. It was probably the first time in my life I heard someone argue for less money.
Pay me less, damn it!
So what I decided is we're going to give her less. Fuck it.
You wanted it. You got it. Enjoy.
I don't want to hurt her feelings at this point.
And then even after we told her that, she still argued, didn't she, Mark?
I don't want to be dishonest.
Yeah, dishonest.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
that's
my
the yeah,
God.
that's dishonest.
Right.
I'm getting definitely
We offered
my
you this
balls
much, we're going to
kicked
pay you
in
this
today.
much. But I want less.
15 seconds, guys.
All right.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Rosalie said she went to visit her daughter at an apartment complex and fell in the driveway, which was the apartment complex's driveway, and it had snowed. Rosalie, it stopped snowing the day before, you said, or the night before. Is that right?
Correct.
And it was not shoveled. And
Correct.
what happened? Was it icy underneath?
It was icy underneath, and it was my mom because she had just gone out of rehab because she was in there because she couldn't walk. So between me and my two other sisters, we were taking them food, and I was taking them tamales before I went to work.
So you went to your mother's apartment at Pinecone Village. You fell.
Yes.
And how injured
Correct.
did you? How long ago was that?
That was on December 29th of last year when I fell.
And did you go to a doctor?
I went to the emergency, and they did X-rays, and they had said that I had pulled a muscle in my groin. But recently, they ordered physical therapy, and I was doing it, but instead of getting better, I was getting worse. So I went to another doctor for a second opinion, and I just had X-rays done yesterday, and he called me this morning to tell me that I have a fractured hip really bad. And this all happened when I fell.
And Rosalie, will you need a hip replacement?
I'm scared. I think I'm going to need something like that because right now I'm using a walker.
How old are you, Rosalie? How old are you?
I'm 60.
Okay. And Rosalie, did you talk to the apartment complex right after it happened?
I did. I talked to the property manager, and I told her what happened.
And
I told her that, and then she told me that they don't shovel the parkway. All they do is be where the handicap is, and that's where I fell. And she told me she was going to look at the footage, and then she goes, "I seen the footage. I sent it to the owner, and that's all." And then she gave me a number. I tried calling it. It wasn't the right number, and I kept texting her and calling her and telling her to go and seeing her. She said that it was out of her hands.
Do you have any emails or anything acknowledging this report?
I have the text messages. I was just looking for them
good.
in my phone. I saved
John
them.
Fuller is our personal injury expert. John, you once told me that premises liability are difficult. Weigh in on this one, John.
Hey, good morning, Tom. So, all right, so here's the deal. This is crazy, but it's true. Our premises liability law in Colorado is different depending on what your status is on a property. So if you're an invitee, there's one set of rules. If you're a licensee, there's a different set of rules. And those are defined terms. And so an invitee is, by way of example, like a customer of a store or something like that. And that's the best standard with the, with the highest duty from a landlord. However, in the case of a social guest, meaning anybody going to visit friends or family on somebody else's property, the standard is higher in that the plaintiff has the duty of showing they had actual knowledge of the dangerous condition and chose not to do anything leading to the accident and the injury, okay? Actual knowledge is really, really difficult to establish. It would almost require that the property manager was texting and emailing a snow removal company saying, "Guys, it's terrible out here. You better come clean this up," and it's really bad and stuff like that. That would show actual knowledge. But nobody's ever going to just admit that they had actual knowledge. That's something that you would only get from discovery and some pretty exhaustive, legal work and stuff. But that the difference is huge. If you have to show actual knowledge versus a standard of just knew or should have known, you can imagine that, that it serves to really just eliminate the claim of a significant number of people that fall with the status of a licensee, which this young lady would
So,
be.
John, in this case, in other words, just common sense does not prevail. For example, well, it snowed all night. Doesn't it stand to reason you should shovel or it could be dangerous? That would not hold up.
I don't know that it would, because if it were an invitee situation and you say knew or should have known, then we can impute knowledge and say, well,
you know, we know what happens when snow falls. It gets slippery and turns to ice and all that stuff. But for a licensee status, you have to show actual knowledge. And since she fell on ice that was covered by snow, they could say, well, we had actual knowledge that there was snow there, but we didn't know there was actually ice underneath and that it was a super dangerous condition. And they may very well prevail on that. That's the absurdity of our law in this situation.
And then what about damages? At what point does it not pay to go after? Well, not pay, that's a bad way of putting it, but when it's not practical to go after damages.
Well, I mean, listen, if this young lady has broken her hip, I mean, that's certainly not an insignificant injury, but it's not so much the damages. I mean, damages are a factor, but it's simply liability. I don't know that we get past liability in this case because she was a social guest, because it's a licensee standard, and because, you know, because we've got ice underneath the snow. I mean, you're talking about an attorney taking a significant risk that everything that they do, and they'll certainly have to go into litigation, that you'll be well invested in this case with several $1,000s before you actually find out whether or not there's any email chain or text chain or anything else under the sun that actually says, yes, we knew that there was ice in the driveway or the sidewalk where she fell, and they failed to remedy that.
Okay.
And further, Tom, if they did have the paper trail and it said, please come shovel this, you know, a jury could easily decide that they did everything that could reasonably have been expected and still not find liability. That's how absurd our premises liability
Okay,
is.
so, Rosalie, what I'm hearing is that it's going to be difficult, but there is a barometer I like to use. And the barometer is this. If you can find an attorney who reviews the facts of the case and decides to take the case on a contingency, that's usually a good barometer, right, John?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's really the key. And she's going to need more medical treatment. I mean, physical therapy up to this point is not enough. I'm just going on what she told us, that her hip is actually broken and needs a lot more medical treatment. But,
hey, John, does she have any action against? Does she have any action against the ER for misdiagnosis? I mean, if she had a broken hip and they said it was a groin injury, the X-ray should have clearly shown she had a fractured hip.
Well, I mean, look, Doc, you're more qualified than I to say that, but you know, your standards for malpractice, it wouldn't necessarily have changed her damage component more than an additional.
In other words, did their lack of discovering it cause more damage? Probably not that much more. She had a broken hip anyway. So it's not like they're blamed for the injury. They're simply blamed for the delay. John, we hear this a lot when people are diagnosed with a fatal disease, and they went 4 months without knowing because they misdiagnosed it, but that 4 months did not necessarily make a difference because it was stage 4 from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right, Tom. If it had prevented an opportunity to cure that illness, then maybe. But if it just delayed, you know, if the thing was going to run its exact same course regardless of the treatment, then the damage component is just not as significant. So it's not good. I'm not happy about that. That's just
I understand. But I like that you speak the truth there, John. MyAccidentLawyer.co, 303-597-4500. Rosalie, have you talked to attorneys about this?
I've talked to 8 attorneys and nobody will take the case.
Now, Rosalie, why do you think that?
Because they said that they have 24 hours to shovel the parking lot or the sidewalk.
That's the least of their problems. There's no such rule. There's no such rule that they have 24 hours, okay? They're just BSing you. What the rule is this: reasonable care, and they have to know a dangerous situation exists. You know what it tells me, Rosalie, that you've talked to 8 attorneys and 8 attorneys turned you down? It tells me you do not have a case.
Yes, I know that, but I don't know what to do because I've been out of work since then, and I can't even pay my rent.
Rosalie, no, that part, trust me, I feel so bad for you, but there's not always someone you can go after to pay. You will, if you lost your income, you will be eligible for Medicaid, and Integra Insurance can help you there. But as far as income, I'm not sure what to tell you. I mean, there's not much we can do about that part. 303-713-8255.
This is Denver's talk station with Tom Martino. Now, Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6, 6:30, KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Truth with Lisa Booth podcast.
Major drama over on the east end of town for folks leaving the airport. I-70 westbound after I-225. We've got a rolled box truck with 2 right lanes blocked. Stop and go traffic back from Tower Road. Folks heading west into the Denver Metro will have to add about 20 minutes extra to their commute. This one will probably be around for a while. Heading into downtown, I-25 northbound, we are seeing speeds in the 30s and 40s between Alameda and 6th Avenue. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, warmer than yesterday for sure, with highs in the lower 50s this afternoon. Overnight low of 26. Tomorrow, sunny again, even warmer, with a high of 65 degrees. The current temperature in Denver is 39 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Chinese leader Xi Jinping and Russia.
It could have made it.
All right, Tom, you got 10 seconds. You're next.
Rebecca Koffler, military intelligence analyst, joins me to break it all down. Listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth every Monday and Thursday, but you can listen throughout the week on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, so if you talk about Harris family law, you can talk about the family law part of it, the separation, and the stuff that they do for divorce and child support and custody and all of that. Or, of course, you can talk about the estate part of their practice. They do wills, trusts, they help you through probate and other things. That's either in conjunction with family law or not. They are an estate planning firm that you can trust. HarrisFamilyLaw.com, 303-515-5000. And One Clear Choice Doors is a company you can trust when it comes to your garage doors. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. I've called them so many times. I mean, I think I have them on speed dial. If I have an emergency, I call them like you can't get your garage door closed. That could be a serious problem. They'll come out and get it done for you. They also analyze your garage door and do full inspections for $80, top to bottom, adjustments, safety adjustments. One Clear Choice Doors is one of the few garage door companies, One Clear Choice Garage Doors, that actually is factory authorized by most of these door companies. Check them out. That's OneClearChoiceDoors.com. All of their prices are on their website, 720-370-3987. Also, FrankDuranTheRealEstateMan.com. Get your free market analysis today of your home and what it will bring in this crazy market. Some homes sell fast, some don't. He'll do an analysis on your home and the comps and the neighborhood, the size, the interest rates, and what it means to you and what he thinks he can sell the house for, and he'll give you straight information, no gimmicks. Frank Duran, TheRealEstateMan.com, 303-920-1622.
Oh, they weren't insured?
Right.
Hey, is Rock coming in?
Tom, he's here.
Rock is
Hit
in
offline
right now, yeah.
there. Do you see the offline button?
You want me on?
Offline.
No, I'm glad he's here. I just don't see him framed.
It's on.
Not the blue. Let me see.
I just don't see him framed. Oh, there he is. Got it.
Right there.
Yep. And now you can talk to Tom.
Hey, Rock.
Martino, how you doing?
Good. What is keeping you busy these days?
Build back. And I was just
what?
Talking to the majors here about that. There is no supply in the entire country. So the tile that you want, the countertop that you want, is in short supply, and there's a big hold on it. So
Wow.
you're gonna get what you can get, or you're gonna wait. And so the best thing that you can do is to work closely with your GC, who's ever doing your build back, to get the most favorable options that you can get in your settlement. To work closely with that. So, and if you say, for instance, if you have a builder or a drywall guy or a countertop person that you really want to work with, the best thing to do is to work with your general contractor, get the best resolution between the homeowner and the homeowner and the insurance company, and then work from that point to get your specialized contractor in, if you have a preference. That's the best thing that you can do.
Okay.
So that's the thing that's the slow. Ripping it out is not a problem. The regulations aren't that much of an issue right now. It's building back and getting people back to where they're comfortable. That's the hard part, because number one, it's not in stock. Believe it or not, about a month ago or month and a half ago, there was not a stitch of carpet in town. That wasn't ultra expensive. They're still making carpet in the South, in Georgia and Alabama. The textile companies are still working down there. It's not all in China, but they're doing mostly build to order, or they're manufacturing to order. So that's the thing that you want to do, is you want to be patient, work with the best deal with your general contractor.
Yeah.
And then if you have a specialized specialty trade, someone that you really, really like, they did another part of your house or something like that, they're more than happy to work with them. But just get the best resolution up front with your insurance company, and that will speed things up.
Okay, thank you.
All right, 15 seconds, guys. 15 seconds.
Professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Joshua, you've been waiting a while. Go ahead. Joshua, welcome to the show. And American Restoration's in the house. And I'll ask you, if you have any questions, give us a call on restoring property from catastrophes. Or we're taking text messaging as well. And you can do that at 57739. 57739. Joshua, what's going on?
Hi.
Hey.
So, I bought a Hummer 6 years ago, and I got it from a guy in Nebraska.
Now, what Hummer, this was a private sale. What year Hummer did you buy?
An 03.
An 03, and you bought it how many years ago?
6 years ago.
Okay.
So, the deal was, is the guy gave me a paper that was supposed to be the title.
What do you mean supposed to be?
Well, it didn't work at the DMV.
But this was 6 years ago it didn't work.
Right, when I first had purchased it from him 6 years ago.
Okay, so what did you do?
I contacted him. What's that?
What did you do about it?
So I contacted the seller and asked him if he could send me a duplicate title. Because the title that I had, the paperwork that I had, was not sufficient to obtain a title. And he sent me he was real rude about it, and he sent me a registration tax title paper.
What does that even mean? What does that mean?
The official title.
What?
So it's something different in Nebraska that they have. It's something regarding like their registration or something.
Yeah, but hold on, Joshua. This was 6 years ago. Was that sufficient to get your plates?
No.
So what have you been doing for 6 years?
So the vehicle ended up having major issues with it, like right after I had got it. So I actually have been using it as a parts car.
Okay.
So my problem today is that I moved residence, and I had moved the Hummer to my street because I had my dad come to my house, and he had
Now, when you say you used it as a parts car, did you have other Hummers?
Right, yeah.
Okay, so
And
now what?
I just wasn't going to get it registered, and so I took my dad to the hospital because he had surgery, and so he was at my house. I left at 5 o'clock in the morning, and when I got back to my house at 10 in the morning, my Hummer was gone from the street.
Of course it was, because it was disabled. But what, I don't know what this has to do with 6 years ago, but okay, let's come up to today. What's the problem right now? Your Hummer was justifiably towed because it was an incapacitated, unregistered vehicle.
Right. So
okay.
Because there was no plate on it.
Well, it's not just because there's no plate, because it was disabled. And any municipality in the world is going to tow it. So how can we help you?
So the vehicle ran and stuff, you know, it just wasn't registered.
I understand, and that's why it was towed.
I understand. But I just felt like they should have given me a warning or something. They just came and took it, you know, like without giving me any kind of a warning or anything. Like I thought that they should, you know, give me say that this vehicle.
When was it towed?
To be moved, or
when was it towed?
So it's
and where was it towed? 7. Did the city tow it?
In Aurora. Yeah, Aurora Impound. And at first they told me that they didn't tow it, and then
none of that matters. None of that matters.
Right.
They did tow it, and it's in the impound yard. So right now the city of Aurora has it, and what's going on with it?
So in order to get it out of impound, I have to show proof of ownership.
Of course.
So I contacted the seller again, asking him if he could provide me with notarized bill of sale, which he never did provide me. And
Joshua, that's on you, man. 6 years ago, really. You can't even do anything about it right now with him. He's out of it. So what are you going to do to prove ownership?
Well, that's why I'm calling.
I think you got to get a duplicate title if you can even do that. I don't even know how that would work.
Well, I don't know how he can because he doesn't even have.
Titled in.
He can't get a duplicate title because he's not the owner at this point legally.
There's got to be a way he can figure out who the legal owner is. Then he's got to approach the legal owner and try to get a title. I mean, what else do you do?
Now, but you waited way too long. I mean, this guy, okay, so you have something you said that they sent you 6 years ago. What was it, that special title work? Don't you have that?
Yeah, but it won't work to get anything from the Colorado DMV.
I'm not asking you to get anything from Colorado DMV. I'm asking you, will it show that you owned a pile of parts parked on the street that you can retrieve?
No.
Why?
It does not show ownership.
Why?
Because it's registered paper that just has his name on it from Nebraska.
And he never signed it over to you?
No.
How were you driving this thing around?
He wasn't, Mark. He wasn't. He was using it for parts.
It as parts.
Right.
He never, Mark, he never registered it. He never used it except for parts. How many miles? I'm just curious. How many miles on this?
103.
Okay. What is it worth right now as it sits?
About 15 grand.
A 2003 with over 100,000 miles that can't be titled or registered is worth $15,000?
Yep.
No, I don't think so.
What parts have you taken out of it?
Just the battery right now, but I just have it for a parts car in case I need it for something else.
Mark, it's been sitting there for 6 years.
I get it, and none of this makes sense to me.
Yeah. And it doesn't.
We got to take a break.
I don't know anybody that would pay 15 grand, but it doesn't matter because it's not his legally, and he waited too long.
How much did you pay for it?
We got to take a break. Hold on, man. You backed yourself into such a corner, Joshua. I mean, if you called us 5 years ago, 303-713-8255.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
Major slowdowns up on the northeast end of town, I-76 westbound at I-270. We've got a stall in the right lane with stop-and-go traffic back from 88. Folks heading towards the downtown area from the northeast end will have to add about 40 minutes extra to their commute for the time being. Into downtown, I-25 northbound slowdowns continue between Alameda and Colfax. No word of an accident. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, sunny out there today. Warmer than yesterday for sure, with highs in the low 50s. Overnight low of 26 degrees. Tomorrow we're starting an upward trend with a high.
And the guy wanted them to contact him and, hey,
can't believe it took
need
them
to
6 years to
it's
tell it,
not
Tom.
registered to anybody, so how do they
That's
know
what's
who the hell to
amazing.
contact?
Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome at the end of
10 seconds, Tom, you're next.
back you've earned. That's right. Everything you've earned, doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously, though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
How would you like not to paint your house again? You can do that if you call K&H Home Solutions. They have some of the best siding on the market, including Diamond Coat and Provia, where you save 30% plus. Free yourself from repainting that house. K&H is the company that I go to because they have been the longest standing home improvement company around. I've known all the owners from the beginning. KHWindows.com for details. 303-421-7100. 421-7100. Save now on beautiful siding for your spring spruce up. KHWindows.com. Hey, Euro Plumbing. Well, that's all I have to say. The best deals. Water heaters. Euro Plumbing. Yeah? You can't do it yourself for this price, I'll bet. Not when you do it all. But think about this. $12.99 for a brand new 40-gallon water tank, fully installed, the old one taken away, and it's all hooked up. New water line, new flex line for the gas. You can't do it. Come on. And it's a Rheem or A.O. Smith with warranties. Think about this. A 50-gallon is just $13.99. And if you go for something bigger and better, they'll still beat the prices of anyone else. 303-668-6844. Europlumbing, Colorado.net. All right. Poor Joshua. God almighty. Hey, what did we do about that Kia Telluride? The tranny went out in 500 miles, and it was a warranty issue. What did we do?
He's going to get a loaner and just...
Who worked on that?
I don't... There was nothing to work on.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Yeah, on YouTube, Chris says a 2003 Hummers go for 10 to 15,000. That's in running condition with titles. Shh.
So he bought it as a parts car. It sat around for 6 years, and the only thing he's taken out of it is a battery.
He bought it as a car to drive, to use, but because he could not register it, because he couldn't get a proper title from this guy, he's just now using it as a parts car.
Okay.
Bunch stuff wrong with it?
I don't recall that.
I think he did. I think he said there was a bunch of stuff wrong.
He said he had trouble with it, is what he said, yeah.
And it's a Hummer, too, by the way.
I also find it funny that he was like, hey, they should have notified me that they were going to tow it. Well, it's got no registration to anybody. Who the hell are they supposed to notify?
They shouldn't knock on your door. Oh, wait a second.
Man, I'll tell you, that...
What?
I mean, why would someone wait that? I guess because he was just using it for parts he didn't care about ownership. Yet, Mark, how many people have we had over the years call us about their cars being towed off the street for being incapacitated, and they're somehow shocked by it?
A lot.
Hey, Mark, don't you think it's amazing that Aurora didn't tow it in 6 years?
Well, he had it on the street for a while. He started parking it on the street before it wasn't.
Yeah.
And who cares, you know, right, really? I mean, it's just like...
And when is that as of right now?
Pretty quick here.
Well, I mean, what? Okay, you got to
Like,
give me.
yeah, I was told, yeah.
Okay, then I'll just kill it depending on your answer.
Okay. Let me just double.
That's going to cause confusion because I think he's still running spots.
I don't know. Let me look real quick to see when.
Holy shit, 700?
Hey, language. Language.
Sorry, I'm just checking
What the fuck?
Some dude is 700 at the Masters. That's pretty damn good.
That's really good.
15
Is it
seconds,
Tiger?
guys. No.
No, he's 3 over.
.com today to purchase once and learn for life. Rosetta Stone, how language is learned.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So, you know, here's the deal. He needs to get, maybe if the owner just gives him a bill of sale, he doesn't have to worry about title or, maybe they'll accept that. Joshua, would they accept a simple bill of sale?
Yeah, absolutely. And the guy that I bought it from is being a jackass, telling me that I'm not going to be able to obtain it with the bill of sale, that I just need to buy it back from the auction, and that...
okay, listen. That's because it's probably stolen. I don't know what to do. Let's try to call the guy for you and see if we can get one.
MSN.
Who should we give this to? Smarty Pants? Deputy
He's pretty
Dollar? Let me know.
diplomatic.
Who do you think we should give it to?
Marty. He's pretty diplomatic with that stuff.
Yeah, let's go Deputy Smarty Pants. See if he can do it.
I went on air. I thought we were on air. That's the second time in a week. Sorry, Dragon. I thought we were on air, so I went to on air. I can't hear him.
What
That's
the hell?
Dragon. Yeah.
Hear his name. I've heard it a billion times.
It's all good.
Okay, good. He's trouble.
Who is?
Dragon.
Now I'm going to. Now I'll make our guy part of it.
Now that's why they call him
We'll get Rock involved.
Red Beard Dragon.
Marty. Okay, and Joshua, what's your last name? All right, hang on. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Troubleshooter Show. How can I help you? Sure. What's your name? R-A-N-D-Y? Okay, hang on.
You did a doc.
Twice in 1 week. I can't believe it. If anyone should know better, it's me. That's so crazy. I guess at least I don't get yelled
Marty's
at.
trying to say you don't. I I just am blown away sometimes.
What?
Just on bullying. He says you just walk away from it. How many kids commit suicide because they get bullied on Facebook and no one steps in and stops the bullying? It's an absolute absurdity.
What is, Mark?
I agree, Mark. I agree.
Marty's saying you don't stop bullying. You just walk away.
You
know how
ignore.
many teenagers almost kill themselves over that shit?
Kids are mean.
No, it is.
You gotta
Marty's
stop
never
these
been bullied.
assholes.
Yeah.
Someone tries bullying you, you punch them in the face and stop them. Seriously. Tom, what do you think, honestly?
Well,
if you let a bully get away with it and walk away?
Walking away, I don't know if that's terrible advice. I mean...
Well, our kid did that a few times, and it didn't work, so he decked the kid.
And the kid never did a damn thing again.
They became friends
He beat
after
the hell
our
out
kid,
of him.
after they got into it. They became friends.
No, I know.
It's crazy.
So, Tom, I have the seller's name on the screen with the phone number for the Hummer.
You have the what? The seller?
Yeah, the seller's name and number.
Why?
Up on call notes. Didn't you ask me to get that?
Oh, yeah. But I thought maybe we would have one of our deputies call him.
Oh, okay. Which Marty?
Yeah, or actually, you know what? I can call him on my phone like I do.
You sure? Okay.
Oh, stop, man. I mean, I'm not putting them on the air.
I know, but the potential is there, which makes me nervous.
And you know what? Even if you heard some bleed over of his voice, there's no action there, bro. Why don't you look up the regulation? Because you seem to be sadly misinformed about it.
Because we cannot put anybody on the air without their consent.
Okay.
Period.
Okay. If someone... First of all, it has to be identifiable, first of all. And if you hear some bleed over from my phone, I'm not talking about holding my phone up to the mic.
Agreed.
But I'm talking about some background. And just so you know, no action is taken without a direct complaint from the so-called victim.
Agreed.
All right. So usually when I call a scammer in South Africa or in Botswana, they are not going to file a complaint with the FCC.
Or in Aurora, or Denver.
Or in Nigeria, Jamaica.
It's like when you play your little F-bomb montage. It makes me nervous.
Dragon.
Oh, what's the big deal? It says, oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah. Not like
But
anybody's
it's-
ever
but
done
that's
that
with the
before.
P.
Mark.
Fuck.
Good afternoon. Thanks so much for calling the Tom.
You no good mother, dirty rotten son of a scum sucking, no class, ass pimple leeching, rip off, punk puking, crap eating, chump degenerate, tard moronic, rude turd eating, sleazebag, snake in the grass vampire, wink and twit trolling, toad sucking, simpleton, dumbass, doofus, dirtbag.
Now, I think you need to take out tard now too, because I don't think that's a good one anymore.
Tart.
Tart. Yeah. Well, okay, fine. Tart.
Tart. Okay, I'm going to look up the definition.
First of all, you don't hear the whole word. You just hear that last part. It could be something else.
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
I can talk about a throttle being retarded.
Yeah, of course you can.
Context.
And plus, tard in French means later on.
Well,
tard.
faggot's a cigarette, but I think it's slang.
Oh my God, these stupid articles.
You guys went down to Arizona or something like that. Louisiana.
Yeah, not Arizona.
We were looking at homes in Slidell.
I went there. My grandmother was alive. I'd go out there and see her in the summer. I'd never do that again.
Where?
Go to Arizona in the summer.
What's wrong with? Oh, because of the heat.
It is so hot. Might die. Yeah, might drop dead. I don't know how these people play golf out there. I guess they play at 5 a.m. That's how they do it.
15 seconds there, guys.
$1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Happy. That's happy. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, waterpros.net for all the drinking water you want at the kitchen sink under $1,000 fully installed. Water Pros. Go to paulthewaterman.com, 303-862-5554. Now let's talk to you. What is on your mind and how can we help you today? You know, we are helping someone who bought a car 6 years ago, never got a bill of sale, never got a title. He was using it for parts, but it was towed, so now he does have to prove ownership. So the reason he waited 6 years is because he never really needed proof of ownership. He was just using it for parts. Now he does need proof of ownership. And it's just way too late to try to go after the owner unless he wants to cooperate, or the seller. So Bruce is next. Bruce wants to talk about an HOA issue. And go ahead there, Bruce. What's happening with you?
Hey, I have a two-part issue with my HOA, so I'm not sure where you want to start at.
Okay, let's start at the current problem. What's wrong?
I built the deck on the front of my unit. I followed our rules and regulations. There was two previous board members, actually, who built decks on the front of their units years ago. And
now, when did you build the deck?
I started Thanksgiving weekend of last year.
And when did it finish?
We're painting as we speak, but it's more or less done. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you built the deck basically last fall. And
yes, sir.
Following the rules and regulations, but did you get prior approval for that deck and a permit?
I did get a permit. That's the issue with the prior approval, is that this HOA is not following our guidelines. The rules say that, and it's in our Kiowa law, which was passed. That's the two-part question. The Kiowa law was passed last 1992. It's been upgraded every couple of years. Governor Polis signed into a portion into law June 9th of last year that was supposed to take effect
Bruce,
October.
That thing that Polis signed does not regulate your HOA. It regulates what the HOA does with their laws. They can make their own regulations. What I need to know is this. Is the HOA saying they won't approve the deck because you did not get prior approval?
Correct.
Okay. Is that the only reason?
Other than they don't like me.
Well, let me ask you this, Bruce. Whether they like you or not doesn't matter either, because if you did not get prior approval and you were supposed to get prior approval and you can't get retroactive approval, then I have to ask the question, had you gone in for prior approval, would the materials that you used and the deck be approved otherwise? Is the only reason they're withholding approval is because you did not go in before? Or are they saying that the deck in and of itself does not meet with the covenants?
That's what they're saying now, correct.
Okay, so that's all that matters. What are they saying does not meet covenants?
Correct. It has to conform with the other units in the building around you.
Okay, so they're saying that your current deck that you built in the fall does not blend in, basically.
Yeah, nobody in the same model I have has a deck on the front of their unit.
What are they saying does not conform? Did they tell you specifically what you would have to do to make it conform?
Take the deck off.
So are they saying they wouldn't approve any deck on your place?
Yes, sir.
Why?
It doesn't conform. It has to stay the same as the way I bought it, or the
Well, no, not conforming means it has to be the same material, style, and all of that. They're not saying it doesn't conform. Well, they are, but they're saying basically you're not allowed to change the exterior.
Correct.
Why?
I don't know. That's an argument that I seem to be losing. But
okay, now I just want to make something clear. I don't like HOAs in most circumstances, and I think that they can be bullies. But let me tell you an argument that will not work. Okay, the argument that will not work is that, well, a few neighbors got to do it, and now I can't, unless it was during the same time period. But if it was done years ago, they can simply say, well, we had a lax board that wasn't enforcing the rules, and now we are. They can give any reason. But did you have any decks been approved like yours during the same time period, or roughly the same time period, like within a year or so?
No, sir.
When was the last deck that was approved that you said, well, neighbors, they didn't, enforce it then? When was the last deck, the most recent one?
It was done in 2003, I believe.
Okay. Now, do you see why they can say that in 20 years they started enforcing and they did not enforce it 20 years ago?
I do.
Okay, so in other words, Bruce, they're saying to you, we're not going to allow anyone to do this. It's not just you.
I understand, but our rules and regulations state that if I submit an ACC request to them, they have 30 days to respond to that request. If they do not, yea or nay, then it's as if my ACC request is approved.
But hold on, Bruce. That's prior to building it.
Correct. That's the approval.
Hold on. So are you saying that you did submit a request to build that deck before you built it?
Absolutely. 4 times.
And it was not, hold on, and it was not responded to?
The first time, they responded on the 34th day from email to email. Then they say, well, we don't have to respond subsequently. The second time I had it...
What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean they don't have to respond subsequently? What does that mean? I don't know what you mean.
Well, meaning that they responded the first time is what they're saying. This is, we already denied you on this deck.
Right.
We did it well within the 30 days. They acknowledge that 30 days exist.
Oh, okay. So you're saying because they went 4 days over, that it was automatically approved?
Correct.
And the refusal they gave you on the 34th day, was that before you built it?
Correct.
I think that you're going to have a tough time saying that you got them on a technicality and built it anyway when you had plenty of time. See, here's what they're going to say. The time period from 30 days to 34 days would not have cost you any damage for not building it. There was only 4 days difference. And what difference would it have made if they gave you a rejection on the 30th day or on the 34th day other than I gotcha? What difference would it have made? In other words, that law was passed, the substance of the law was passed so people were not in limbo and they could move on with their lives. I think the argument is going to be, had you not started it and you didn't have your materials, it's not like you went out and bought materials on the 30th day and then started building it on the 34th. How long after the 34th day did you start building it?
3 years.
So they denied you 34 days later, and you waited 4 years to build it?
Nope. I resubmitted it the second time.
And they never responded because they rejected you the first time, right?
That's what they're saying. But then the third time, I finally went ahead and pulled the permit because it says that full plans must be submitted prior to anything.
Bruce,
So that if
okay.
they have
Okay, let's analyze this. Mark, do you think he's right or wrong?
Well, I don't know what you mean by right or wrong. I would say he's going to have to get rid of that deck.
Yeah. Now, let me tell you why, Bruce. Let's say that technically, and by the way, I want to get on our Stan the HOA man. I want to get him on to talk about that law, that Kiowa law, because I want to talk about that time frame and if you have that right. But here's what I want to say, Bruce. I think you're misinterpreting it, but let's say you're not. Let's say you're 100% correct and that you built it correctly because they did not give you feedback within the required amount of time, okay? For argument's sake, let's say they did not do that and you built the deck legally, okay?
Okay.
Now they want you to what? Tear it down?
Correct.
Okay. Here's the problem with HOAs. If they go after you, you're still, even if you win, you're going to lose. Because they're going to assess you, they're going to go after you with not their own money. They're going to collect that money from HOA dues, and they're going to fight you in court. And if you don't pay the penalties if they win, you could possibly lose your house. If you do win, ultimately, they don't have to pay your attorney's fees. So even this is the problem with HOAs, a big problem. Even if they win, they win. Even if you win, you lose.
Well, if I can correct you real quickly, the new law that was passed June of last year, August of last year, under Governor Polis says that they can fine you, they can assess attorney's fees, but they cannot foreclose on you.
That's true.
That's true. I'm not talking about foreclosing. I never mentioned foreclosure. I said you're going to lose. You're going to have to pay a lot of money.
Well, not only that, just because they can't foreclose on it doesn't mean they can't lien it. You'll have a lien sitting on there unless you live there forever. I mean, like forever after you die and your kids live there and everything.
You know what,
they're going to get your money.
I'm not arguing with you. Let's just say they're terrible people and they hate you, Bruce. Your life will be miserable. And frankly, I believe that you were turned down. And you think because it was Ford. Now, let me ask you something, Bruce. How long ago was that 34-day rejection? How long ago?
It was done on, I submitted it on February 14th.
Of what year?
I just said 2019. And they
well, the new law didn't go into effect in 2019.
No, it's already written in our declarations. Our rules and regulations for our community says that they have to approve or deny within 30 days.
Oh.
It doesn't say 31, 32.
Okay, hold on. What does it say happens? Because that law wasn't in effect in 2019, so you're quoting a law that doesn't apply. So what I want to know is, what does the HOA say would happen if they did not approve you in 30 days?
That you're given full permission and proceed as is.
That's what your own rules say.
Yes, sir.
Can you send that to me?
I would love to.
I don't understand. So you're saying, forget the new laws. You're saying, according to your own bylaws, they had 30 days to answer you.
Correct.
See, this is going to be a battle, and you're going to have, I mean, it's, how serious are they going to do it?
I don't know. What they're doing now is that they're saying that I cut out a window and put it in the door to have access to my deck, so they fine me for that, but not the deck.
Well, maybe they feel like they're on shaky ground for the deck. Maybe you do have a gotcha, but they're going to make they're doing exactly what I said. They're going to make your life miserable. You know, you don't want to hear this because I can hear you're a fighter, Bruce, but
yes, sir.
You're going to lose. If they're fining you for making an architectural change from a window to a door, you're going to lose that one. Even if they let the deck go, you're going to lose that other one. That's where they got you. You want the gotcha. They got the gotcha, too.
There's another gotcha probably inside that document you signed when you bought that house, and that is the HOA can come after you for their own legal fees if you lose, if this ever did go to court.
No, I know, but Bruce, now that I understand, you just told us the most important part of the information, and we'll go over that. I'll give you some recommendations right after this.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group,
Kachina
is
Kalori
the
doing a
largest
commercial?
timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information.
Sure is. She's a star.
Is that her?
It is her.
Include
It sounds good.
10 seconds.
now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-738-9900. That's 800-738-9900.
Fix It 24/7 is a company that I proudly endorse for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. They've done work on my home, including a furnace and a water heater, the big constant flow one. You know, they also came and did some plumbing work on my sink, and here's how they worked. $39 takes an expert to my house, and I say, here's what's wrong. And they look at it, and then they tell me what it will cost to fix. If I agree to have the work done, they don't charge the $39. If I want to think about it, that's all I pay, $39. FixMyHome.com. Fix it 24/7. 720-526-3939. David Ellis Jewelry will get you some extra cash if you want to sell your old jewelry at 3rd and Clayton in Cherry Creek North, or you can buy jewelry while you're there. It's a jewelry store we've trusted for 40 years, DavidEllisJewelry.com. Or maybe have some broken watches, coin collections that are old or missing, and some tangled messes in the drawer, some old chains, whatever. If it's precious metals, he'll weigh it and pay it. David Ellis Jewelry. It's a quick call, a quick trip, and quick cash. 303-322-8779.
No. I mean your business partner.
He's doing pretty good.
What's his name?
Rodolfo.
That's it.
Rodolfo, he's killing it. He's, you don't find too many Rodolfos out there, and he's fantastic. And we're on like 4 or 5 jobs right now.
So
It's just all,
weird.
This radio has just been, and so I'm gonna build off of this from all the borders, New Mexico to Salt Lake.
You up in Fort Collins?
We do Fort Collins, but we're gonna put offices in the Springs. We're gonna put offices up in Fort Collins. But it's the radio has been, and unfortunately, the ex works.
Is she okay?
Like I said, I didn't pray hard enough. She survived. But
I didn't get that the first time.
She works for a restoration company, a national radio restoration company. That just really blew me away. But when because of you guys, I'm able to compete on a full level.
Yeah.
Truly, honestly.
When you actually move to these other places too, man, we sell spots in Fort Collins, Colorado Springs, all over the place.
Oh, I get calls from them all the time. I get calls from the Springs. I get calls very far east.
Sorry.
Can you come out this way?
Yeah, I have.
Because we go all the way. We go from Pueblo to the Springs. No, I'm sorry. We go from Pueblo to a little before Fort Collins. The signal starts dropping, but it does go almost there. And then we were on the weekends for years on KCOL, which is in Fort Collins, but the workload sucked, so I just got rid of it. It was crazy.
No, this has been a godsend.
What the heck is going on? Where's my star?
I think God has spoken to me just a few times in my life, and I was out late one night when this idea of the radio came to me, and then I originally called, and then Hiram called me, and it's worked out really, really good. It's worked out better than I'd ever thought.
Wait, what is Marty referring to? My story when we walked.
Miles.
In, it worked fine. Marty, you got it wrong. I'm responding. What I said. I was bullied. Tried to be the bigger man. Didn't work. So we put that kid in his place.
No, he's just saying that's not usually how it goes.
Who?
Marty, we're just doing this bullying thing. It's a good conversation, though. I mean, if you really think about it, there's multiple ways to react to bullying. How would you react to bullying? As an adult, as a kid, it doesn't matter. Do you...
Well, as an adult, you go to jail if you hit somebody, so...
Well, to a degree, but...
You have to be forceful.
You have to be forceful.
You have to be forceful.
Especially if they continue to bully you. And then I even say if you ignore them, they're still going to go on and torture somebody else.
And they're going to torture you, too, because then they see you as passive.
They see you as very passive.
I was bullied in high school. It didn't work to ignore it. So, but
No,
I
but
went crying to my dad. He made my brother put the kid in his place. The kid apologized, never bothered me again.
That's right. And in that situation, if your brother didn't step up, that kid would still be bullying you.
And that's toxic masculinity right there, too.
Hey.
Her brother did. He got on that bus and basically beat the... I think, didn't your dad beat the shit out of the bus driver one time?
Yep. Yep, my dad,
That's back in the day where you could yank a bus driver out and
then
beat the shit
I
out
wasn't
of
on
him.
his bus anymore, and then like 8 years later in middle school, I moved in with my aunt and uncle. I got a new bus driver, and it was him.
To my YouTube audience, the expressions and opinions you hear off the air do not reflect Tom Martino.
Yeah, because Tom would just take it. Yeah, Tom would.
Area Advisors, TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. I'm going to end this call with Bruce, but tell you can call us back. Bruce, here's what happened. And, you gave us the last nugget of information at the end. Okay, so technically, you got them on a technicality. They waited 4 more days to give you a yay or nay, and you took it as a tacit approval of your deck, and you were technically correct. So, then you had to cut a door where there's a window in order to have access to the deck. And that, for absolutely, positively, surely, had to be a whole complete different process. And that is where they have the gotcha. So you each have a gotcha. So that's why they're not bugging you about the deck now. You have a deck. But what they're saying is you cut a door without approval and you're being fined. And Bruce, you will lose that one. You did not get approval for that. So let's just I know I'm right. That now I hear it. That's why they're not finding you for the deck. You got them, but they got you. So now they're going to win. 303-713-TALK. I got to go to... Okay, by the way, did we ever get... Okay, here we go. Giovanni, there he is. Giovanni called so distressed yesterday, and here was his problem. Giovanni said he bought a 2017 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro, 136,000 miles for $33,000. He put down $8,000, and supposedly the down payment was $9,000, but the salesperson said, "Hey, we're going to let you slide on that other $1,000. We're going to forgive it." And this was at New Wave Auto Brokers. But instead of forgiving it, they're now trying to collect it. And he was so distraught because he said, "I thought they were going to forgive it." So then he said, "Okay, if I have to pay it, at least give me some time." But instead of giving him time, the other day they tried to pull it from his credit card. And he was just very, very upset. I mean, he was loaded for bear. He wanted to sue them. He wanted to hire an attorney. And he was willing to spend even more money than the $1,000, which is really weird. But I can see he was upset. And so Smarty Marty worked with him. Smarty, what happened then?
I got a hold of the general manager of the car dealership.
Yeah.
And we got a three-way phone call going between Gio and the manager.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, I just kind of stood back and let them talk. I just connected them. I can't take great credit for it. And I was just kind of like the mediator.
Yeah, and what happened in that conversation?
Oh, Gio, why don't you take over?
Vonnie, what happened?
Hi, yes, thank you for having me on the show. First off, I'd like to just briefly say that yesterday I was on the look for lawyers, and a lawyer gave me your number. So the whole time I was speaking with you, I thought I was speaking with a lawyer.
Oh,
I
no.
wanted to quickly put that out there.
So what happened then?
So, you know, Marty connected us, and pretty much there was a lot of confusion. The managers didn't know what was going on. They didn't know what was going on with the salesperson, and then the other manager that made a separate deal with me. And so there was just a whole bunch of errors, and I think just talking it out and slowly finding one one solution to each problem at a time, we were able to get to an agreement. You know, they said they would finally honor their deal. They apologized for the inconvenience because they did lock my card yesterday, which is why I was so furious. It's costed me 3 days of work. So yeah, pretty much we got everything resolved. I'm happy with the solution that Marty and Rachel at New Wave Auto Brokers came up with.
Good. Rachel was
my main issue was that I just wanted to make sure that all my paperwork was correct.
I understand, Giovanni. You were upset. Was this one of the first cars you bought on your own or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So that's good. Now you learned a lesson. You got everything done, and you didn't do anything wrong. So, you know, I'm glad we were able to help, and thank you for calling us. Thanks.
I'm actually really happy with the conversation we had yesterday because you brought me back to realization. I was about to get in $5-10 grand deep for a $1,000 miscommunication error.
Right.
And I'm really happy that
Thank
we
you.
got to sit down and talk about
Giovanni, call anytime. Thank you very much. 303-713-TALK. Yes, my dinger. You know what? I just wanted to tell you something there. I appreciate that, Dragon, but I'm well within my own dinger right now. I've dinged. Listen. So, remember, I appreciate you reaching in and doing my dinger, but I can do it too. Now, here's the deal. We also, Smarty Marty, want you to take on another problem. Did you hear about that one, Smarty, on the...
I heard my name, yeah, but I didn't hear
Joshua.
The story, yeah.
Joshua had his Hummer towed, and the Hummer was on the street, illegally parked, abandoned, incapacitated. There's no question they had a right to tow it. That's not the issue now. Here's the issue. He bought it 6 years ago and never got title. In fact, there's probably no title. The guy that sold it to him is probably schlock. Who even knows if he stole the vehicle? But and we could do a VIN number search on that, Joshua. You could do that on Carfax, see what it comes up as. But in any case, in order to get it out of impound, he needs to prove he owns it. They will accept a bill of sale from the guy that sold it to him 6 years ago. The guy that sold it to him 6 years ago, Joshua, he won't give it to you, will he?
No, he's telling me that he sent me a notarized bill of sale with this duplicate title that I requested in 2018. And frankly, he was under the impression that I was trying to get him to write a fraudulent bill of sale or something. And so he did not include a bill of sale with the second duplicate that he provided.
But why? What harm would it do for him to just send you a bill of sale dated back 6 years ago?
Exactly. That's all I'm asking. I told him I would pay for it. I would do anything just to get that. And he's telling me that that's not going to help me, that I need to just buy it back from the auction.
Wait. But you, hold on. You got the duplicate title, right?
No, there was no title ever, Mark. Ever.
Oh, well, I don't understand what he's saying then.
He said duplicate registration paperwork. Trust me,
that means nothing.
He never had a title. Exactly. What he needs is a simple bill of sale. The car, is it possible the car was stolen, Joshua?
He bought it from an auction down in Texas, and he actually does sell trucks for his living. If you look him up online, that's what he does for a living.
Did he have a title for it?
No, he did not.
He did not ever provide.
So the auction never provided the dealer the title.
It's too late to go back. It's 6 years. All we need is a bill of sale. Smarty pants. If you can help the guy
why are you saying just a bill of sale? Why can't he just write his own bill of sale then?
I would have
that would be fraud.
Well, okay. Who's going to get you for fraud on that?
And I
hold on, Joshua. It would be fraudulent if you made up a bill of sale with that guy's name on it. If it defrauded anybody, who's it defrauding? Tell me, who's it defrauding? If they wanted to prosecute that, other than the Manhattan District Attorney, who would prosecute that? Who would? I mean, you are making a bill of sale. The guy that sold it to you, he's not going to say anything, and there's no owner out there looking for it. I mean, I'm saying that, sometimes Mark thinks, above the line here, or below the line, however you want to put it. But in reality, if all they want is a bill of sale, technically...
Yeah, because I can't get it bonded because I don't have possession of it right now.
What bonded?
If I could bond it, I would have done that. But I don't have possession of it because it's in their possession.
Yeah, but you had 6 years to get that done. You had 6 years to get that done. So anyway, Marty... If you could get a bill of sale from this guy, just talk him into it. This seller, maybe not. 303-713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Leland Conway at 2, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt.
Busy driving around the downtown area for game day. I-25 southbound showing heavy congestion from I-70 to Spear Boulevard. I-25 northbound faring a bit better. We're seeing some slow traffic between University and Alameda. I-70 east and westbound, no complaints from one end of town to the other. Up on the northeast end of town, I-270 westbound, slow traffic approaching Vasquez. And otherwise a calm drive around the Denver Metro. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies out there. A warmer one than yesterday with a high of 52 degrees. Overnight low of 26. Tomorrow, mostly sunny again, even warmer with a high of 65. Saturday, high of 68. The current temperature in Denver is 46 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
For your guaranteed biggest refund and 50% off.
10 seconds, Tom. You're next.
Got it.
50% off is a limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
888heating.com will get you some great deals when it comes to replacing your furnace and air, and along with it, for $1 you get whole in-house air system for air quality. That's 888heating.com. Great people. 303-770-2776. And also, if you're looking for a water heater, you won't find any better deal than EuroPlumbingColorado.net. Europlumbing, for $12.99, you get a brand new 40-gallon tank fully installed, the old one taken out, and new water supply line, new flex line for the gas. And for $13.99, you get a 50-gallon tank. And if you want bigger and better, they will beat any price. They are the deal makers when it comes to water heaters. EuroPlumbingColorado.net. 303-668-6844.
The tree farms are
coming up fast. Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
Did you see Jay Brett's pictures on Instagram with Henry, and they're at a conference? That kid's looking so grown up.
I know he's cool looking.
Yeah, he looks like a partner now, not the guy's kid.
Doesn't look like a kid.
Even just in the last, I'd say, 6 months.
I know. He's cute.
No, I'm saying the exact opposite.
No,
he's
I
not
know what
cute
you
in this
mean,
picture.
but Suze knows
he
what
looks
I mean.
professional.
Yeah, he's adorable kid, but yeah, he's looking very professional. I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah, you got to see this picture. Don't tell him he looks cute.
I'm not telling the kid he looks cute.
No, I'm telling Tom that.
And don't tell Jay he looks cute. Nothing like a post office problem. I wonder what post office it is.
God, who knows? Peter, who is Peter Thiel? I feel so stupid I don't know who that is.
He's an investor.
Okay.
He funds Facebook and he puts up the millions.
Yeah, billionaire.
Venture capitalist. That's the word.
Peter Thiel's Instagram model boyfriend plunged to his death weeks after witnessing messy showdown between the billionaire mogul and his husband.
Who?
Someone got thrown off a balcony, if you're reading that right.
If you're reading between the lines.
Thiel put Thomas up in a $13 million mansion.
Oh, so he was seeing a married man. The guy was married to a guy. He was the side piece. Then he sees this whole thing and jumps. Oh, that's horrible.
Many in the elite gay circle told the Daily Mail that the romance was an open secret.
It's one of those.
And so the guy's living in a $13 million mansion, driving a $300,000 car, has access to the biggest parties around the world, and basically flies all over Europe, and he decides to jump off the balcony.
Is that the boyfriend in the Speedo, Mark? Jeff Thomas was the boyfriend.
I don't know.
Yep, that's the boyfriend.
Yep. Because that's what people do when they have everything they want. They jump off of roofs.
Peter Thiel, that's a huge, he's that type of guy that wants attention.
He was Cash App guy that was killed, right?
Oh, no, that's a different guy. Did you see that, Mark? The guy that started Cash App was stabbed yesterday or the day before, killed him.
Yeah, but notice all these high-tech people are dying.
What's that?
It was totally
Hold
random,
on.
right?
I don't know.
Have you noticed high-tech people are dying? This other guy was a co-founder of PayPal. Listen, here's what's going on. Trump is having him killed.
Yeah.
15 seconds.
He's to blame. Servants at heart. Schedule online. No phone call, no hassle, no wait. PlumlineServices.com. That's PlumlineServices.com.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here. We have Rock in the studio from American Restoration 24/7. I got a quick question, Rock. When it comes to getting someone on scene for water damage, does it matter how long they wait? Now, obviously, we're not talking about weeks, but what I want to know is, what potential additional damage could they have waiting several hours or a day or two trying to get their insurance? Or could their insurance actually backfire because of that? I've heard if you wait too long, they say, well, the additional damage is on you. How does that work?
That's definitely the case. you're negligent, if you know of a problem that you do not rectify, that's you do sometimes irreparable damage.
It says in your policy that you have to as soon as you become aware, mitigate damages. So what does that mean?
Well, especially if there's a water issue, it can go and hide places and create problems that you don't even realize until, but as soon as you are aware, you are responsible for fixing that problem or getting someone to look at it. So depending on the time frame, sometimes things go on for months or even a year, a leaky roof, or things go to a part of the house where people don't necessarily live or habitate on a regular basis. But the best thing is to get us out there. So we can almost cut damages by 50 to 75% the sooner we're out there.
Now, someone wants to know, this is a text. By the way, if anyone wants to text us, it's 57739. In a crawl space, can the soil be cleaned, or if it's water damage and mold and all of that, can it be scooped out, or can it be just treated and left where it is? Does it have to actually be replaced? That's in a crawl space.
It depends on a case by case. It's a naturally occurring substrate. So there's things that you can do to it to treat it that that have long-lasting effects. It's like lye would be a very good. Just mix some lye into the sand, the soil, and you've cleared up a lot of problems. But it just depends on the situation. For the most part, you can keep it now. If there's some regulated substance such as meth or asbestos in that soil, then you have to it has to be taken out. Or if there's, say, like glass, if something happens where something breaks and you have glass, something dangerous, then you would have to remove that. Or even something like a hazardous chemical, some type of chemical spill.
Okay.
That could, given the temperature, given the season, could kind of come back.
Someone wants to know, when they moved into a home and they had in one unfinished area under the garage, and they have a crawl space, and the vapor barrier that was put down originally seems to be like wearing out, tearing, and all that from them using some storage. Are they important, those vapor barriers?
It depends on the situation. Homes are they're entities unto themselves. They breathe, and they live. They basically live and breathe. And so building sciences, some say to have them and some say not to have them. It depends on your location.
So on that vapor barrier, that heavy black vapor barrier underneath, is that important?
It can be. It can work for you or against you in some cases. Because like I said, your home actually breathes.
But if it was there originally, is it a good idea to keep it up?
If you're getting the results that you want, if you're heating and cooling, and just your moisture within your house is working the way that you want to, then if it was, someone probably kind of came to that conclusion before you got there, and they've done you a favor by keeping it there. And if it's not broken, don't fix it. And if it needs to be upgraded, go with that. Just upgrade that. But it depends. It's a house by house basis.
All right.
It's a house by house basis.
Now, do you ever go out and look at things to see if people have a problem?
Oh, indeed.
Okay, good.
Indeed. Right. Sometimes one it was a kind of a complex. They all had vapor barriers, and it was the way the drainage was coming down the runoff from the mountains. It was kind of a nice, almost resort-like area, and they all had an issue, and we had to look at it as a whole problem for many units. It wasn't just one problem. And so kind of an HOA called us in, and so we had to address the problem as a group of homes so that they could work together to find the best solution.
Okay. Randy, small claims question. What is it, Randy?
I was in a car accident in Weld County. The person that hit me lives in Elizabeth. Where would I file small claims, Weld County or Elizabeth?
Mark, where would you do it?
Where'd they hit you?
In Weld County, but they live in Elizabeth.
I would do it in Elizabeth. Well, wait, you have to do it at the county. You mean like, yeah, you would do it.
But which county? Where the person lives or where the accident?
Where is Elizabeth? Isn't that in Weld County?
No. Elizabeth is
No.
in excuse me, is
It's not Douglas.
Elbert County.
Elbert. That's
He
right.
was hit in Weld County by an Elbert County resident.
All right, we got to take a break, Tom.
Well, let's take a break and come back and answer that. Tom Martino here.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt.
Busy driving around the downtown area for game day. I-25 southbound, a bit of a mess. We are seeing speeds in the 10s and 20s between I-70 and
Correct, yes.
25, seeing similar slow speeds.
2:10, I believe, is first pitch.
Well, towards Coors Field, Park Avenue West southbound is nearly stopped up from I-25 to Blake Street. Colfax east and westbound, and Broadway north and southbound, no major complaints into and out of downtown. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, nice and sunny out there, warm with a high of 52 degrees this afternoon, overnight low of 26. The current temperature in Denver is 46 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
For your guaranteed big
10 seconds, Tom. You're next.
off tax prep, switch to Jackson Hewitt. 50% off is a limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
If you want to sell your house, of course you can do it through, conventional means. Or if you have deferred maintenance, you don't want to worry about loan approvals or any kind of inspections, and you just want to get rid of it. How about Homevestors? Now, I've been representing Homevestors for years. They've bought thousands of homes in the Denver metro area. They write a check almost immediately or within a few days. So before you do anything, just make a phone call. You have nothing to lose. See what they'll pay for your house. 800-44-BUYER. Nothing to lose, just a phone call. 800-44-BUYER. Hey, whether your home is getting ready to be sold conventionally or you're moving into a new home and you want to put up window coverings, Made in the Shade is the place to go. Google them, Made in the Shade Denver, or find them at referralist.com, and you'll find the easiest way to get shades done all in-house. And not just shades. We're talking about curtains or drapes. We're talking about shutters or blinds. Whatever you want, Made in the Shade can do it. They do it the best way. They come and they estimate and measure free. Then they help you with a design consultant to order what you need. They have their in-house crew put it in, and they guarantee everything. 720-458-6566, Made in the Shade.
It's like 1 in 10 of us get the cancer, or the one even with asbestos. We'll all, I run into a lot of people who were, especially in the
How much time, bro?
Navy officers in this guy.
We'll be back in 4.
Oh, good. I got time.
So we all graduated.
Where's my phone?
One guy got cancer really, really bad because they were all exposed to that one exposure. If you're a smoker, it makes it worse. If you have asthma, it makes it worse.
Gotcha.
Those kind of things. Kids especially. Their development system, their immune systems, you don't want to be around it.
Yeah, but it's just like you just go buy a home and wherever, you'd never think to test for it.
It's required. The banks are requiring it. A lot of banks, a lot of...
oh, really? They are? Okay, interesting.
Oh, yeah.
That is, huh, Mark? It was just like, how did these libraries shut down over some tweaker in there smoking some meth? But, it's not the only place that they go to.
Well, you wouldn't even, honest to God, if I was the store manager, I wouldn't report it. I'd make sure my people don't report it. The last thing you're going to want to do is shut down your store. End of story. You're not going to have a job that store gets shut down a lot.
Right.
Messed up.
Be like meth, what meth? Fucking drag his ass out, call the ambulance, whatever we got to do,
Now, the thing about the libraries...
Well, that's public freaking...
And you have people that basically live there.
Yeah, that's a whole different deal.
Yeah. They almost live... I mean, if you watch
Isn't that the
They
only
don't kick them out, do they?
toxic thing like that? Like if somebody does heroin or crack, that's way less toxic than someone...
The things that are coming across the border now,
the fentanyl?
The fentanyl.
God, that one cop, just opened the trunk up and they had to stab him with Narcan or whatever it's called.
Yes.
That's nuts, man. Have you come across fentanyl yet?
Yes. And you treat it like the meth.
Do you really? Jesus. I wouldn't go to the White House either. I think that's the dumbest thing that Biden lady has done. and actually I really have no complaints over her for the most part as far as a first lady, but telling the winning team that both teams should go to the White House is just the craziest thing ever.
Is this for the women's basketball? Or
Yeah, and it so happens, you know, the winning team was majority black, and I believe the losing team was majority white, so that makes it even more fucked up that she says that, right? But no one's going to call the race card on her ever. Can you imagine that, like, for the Super Bowl or anything? Ah, we're going to have both of you here. You're all good people.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. We had, when our kids were really little, I think, wasn't Miles in Pee Wee football that one year?
Soccer, football,
Whatever.
something.
You could not talk about who won or lost. You weren't supposed to. But there wasn't one parent, one coach, one person, one ref that even, it was like the dumbest rule that no one followed, period, and no one cared. The winners won, the losers lost. I mean, but they acted like you weren't supposed to do it for whatever reason, but no one followed the rule, you know?
We had this year, my son, he's 10. We had a no cheer Saturday.
What the hell's that mean?
No one was supposed to cheer. No one was supposed to give accolades.
If they score or whatever?
If they score.
Did that irritate you?
It was the craziest. And my son happened to have the best game, and they played a good team that was about the same level. It
love
was
that one. Where'd you find it?
Did you cheer?
All right, 15 seconds, guys. 15 seconds.
What more? Text and now talk back anytime with our free iHeartRadio app while streaming KHOW and the full screen player. Just click the microphone to record your message. Talk back to Denver's talk station now.
Okay, so let's, Randy, why do you want to sue to begin with? Before we answer your question, why do you want to sue?
Just to get my truck replaced.
Now, why is that? Do you not have insurance?
No, insurance is offering me too low.
Okay, and you want to sue the driver, as I always recommend, for the real damage. So, presuming you do all that correctly, you would go to where this guy lives, right, Mark? Not where the accident took place?
I'm pretty sure you would go to where he lives, his residence, his county.
You mean the guy that hit him?
The guy that caused,
right.
the defendant.
Right. So that's where you would go to that county, which if he lives in Elizabeth.
Because the problem is if you filed in the other county, and it doesn't matter which counties we're talking about, when you go out there and his address is in a different county, they won't take it.
MSNBC Films presents.
All right. I think he heard that. We're done with that call.
Yeah, do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You can't even follow. If the address is not in that county, you can't even file a small claims court action.
Okay, I got to play this tone and go find my phone. I hate when that happens. But at least my phone does that.
Yeah, that whole stuff's just getting nuts like that, man. Who knows? It's going to be very interesting watching this Nashville thing unfold. Have you been watching this? So, it's all Republicans for the most part there, okay? The House, the Senate, I think their governor. It must be the governor, too. I think so, although I'm not sure with Tennessee. But so, anyhow, I'm sure it is, actually. So, right now, there was 3 Democrats that started either chanting or doing some kind of anti-gun thing during the session. And they've done it multiple times, and now they've told people to show up. And the Republicans, because they have a super majority, said, okay, well, you're not allowed to do that.
I got a funny story.
And they're not. There's no, they're not.
Hey, you want to hear a funny story?
What is it?
Doc was leaving saying goodbye.
Yeah, Mark, listen.
Ow.
And I said,
so right now,
how do I stop
all these
this?
Democrats and all these people are at the
I'm
House.
listening.
So listen, Doc says, I'll see you tomorrow. I said, why are you leaving? He says, it's 2 o'clock.
They're doing exactly
Oh,
what
he had the time wrong.
They were saying on March 6th, or I'm sorry, January 6th.
Did he decide to stay, Tom?
It's the craziest thing.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, good.
I just got, my,
The first people who actually do that were black people. The Black Panthers did that in California to Ronald Reagan.
The rush, the
No, they
White
didn't
House,
rush-
or
no,
what?
the state capitol.
I didn't know that.
You're allowed to be armed.
Yeah.
Black Panthers walked in, peacefully armed. Ronald Reagan changed the legislation that same day.
Oh yeah, that would be free.
Yeah, Huey P. Newton. Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Hey, Suze.
Yo.
Okay. I turned it off while we were talking.
Hey, Marty, what did the guy tell you? Should we light him up, or what do you think on that, Marty? That I remember live. That shit was crazy.
What's
yeah,
that?
it was Trump's. Yeah, of course it was Trump's fault. This guy's about to get kicked out of a job, man.
Who?
That's so fucked up.
Who?
He's a Democrat in Tennessee, and 3 of them kind of broke some rules. I'm not exactly sure, but basically, while they were in session, they were talking about, they were chanting stuff, or they were doing stuff they're not supposed to do. And the Republicans are holding a vote right now to expel them, 3 of them from the House.
What was he doing? Chanting?
Yeah, it has to do with that whole gun deal. Remember that last, I think the trans gun shooting, wasn't that in Tennessee? I think it was. Isn't that where it was? In the school?
I thought, no, it was Nashville.
Nashville, Tennessee. In Tennessee.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So they
Nashville is its own country to me.
It was its own. It's just this weird gun thing, man. You know the deal. Don't let the right people get guns. I mean, basically, let the criminals go get them however they want, but we should ban everything from the honest people.
Okay.
All right, 15 seconds, guys.
Chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Cash. That's cash. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, making your life just a little easier. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by Harris Family Law. For seminars, webinars, for all you need to know on family law or tons of stuff, you get it free at harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. You can see past webinars or tune in to a live seminar every Wednesday. You'll get information there, harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. Okay, let's go to the phones. Smarty Marty has an update on that bill of sale. What happened was Joshua called and said, look, man, I bought a Hummer years ago, never got title work. I finally just used it for a parts vehicle, and it was parked outside my house. It was in, you know, not abandoned, but it wasn't registered. It was outside my house, and they towed it. The city towed it. Now it's an impound. I can't get it back without proof of ownership. And I said, Smarty, maybe that guy will just do another bill of sale for the guy.
No.
Anyway, what happened?
The seller is adamant that he is not going to help out. He's saying that he does not trust Josh. He says he's done it twice already. He says it's been 6 years.
Yeah, I know.
And he's liable. He says that he's liable for some problems, and he just refuses to cooperate on the basis he does not trust Josh. And that's it. There's nothing else I could have done. That's his position. He refuses to come on the air.
So he just basically believes the guy's pulling a scam.
That's his opinion.
Yeah.
He says that there's a lot of things that happen in 6 years, and he says, quote, I don't trust him, and that's why I will not do another bill of sale. He says, I've done it. He just says, I did it twice, and that's it.
Hey, maybe Josh is up to something, man. Who knows?
What would he be up to, Mark?
I have no clue, but I mean, this guy's acting like there's been issues in the past.
Well, but the guy never got title work, he said. Never. Marty, did he address the title issue?
No. All I wanted was to get the bill of sale because that was my task.
Hey, Mark, can we get a Carfax on that if we get a VIN number from him?
What's that going to show?
Well, won't it show a chain of title to see if it was stolen?
I don't know. If it went through insurance and it was stolen, yes, but it's not going to say, like, you know, Fred Smith owned it and so-and-so
Yeah, I
owned it.
wonder if this guy ever owned it. I'm serious. Why don't we just do that?
Yeah, okay, get me the deal.
Smarty.
Yes.
Can you call the guy and get the VIN number?
Oh, you mean the Joshua, not the...
Yeah, Joshua must have the VIN number somewhere.
Sure. I'll do that. Sure.
All right, 303-713-8255. Patty, you have an update on your gate. Patty, when did you call?
I think I spoke with you on Monday.
On Monday, and let's see. For some reason, did you use the name Patty?
Patricia.
Yeah.
Patricia, maybe. Okay. I'm just trying to find it. Okay, so let's talk about it. What's going on?
So, when
E.T. Fencing. Deputy Doc worked with you. That's right. and Eric Tansey at ET Fencing. Tell us what happened. You installed that a small privacy fence. The materials you said you paid him $1,000 for labor. The pickets started falling off, and the gate doesn't work right. And then Doc called him, and he promised to come over. Did he come over?
He did. He came over this morning. He called me and said he was 30 minutes away, or texted me rather, told me he was 30 minutes away, and I had just kind of closed the door on that, and I said, I don't want you to come here. The only way you can really make this right is by just giving me my money back. And he showed up at my door. He said, I promise I will do a good job, or if you're not satisfied when I leave, you can have your money back. And
wow.
My fence isn't laying on the ground anymore. It's an upgrade from what it was, and it's definitely functional. I wouldn't say great.
Does the gate work?
Yes. And
Okay.
I wouldn't say that he's capable of great work. So I think he did the best that he is going to do.
But are you satisfied?
Satisfied would be stretching it. I'm really ready. I have let this consume me for 3 months, and I'm really ready to put it behind me.
Okay, like if I walked up there, would I look at that fence and say, ooh, that's not right?
If you were a fencer, yes. If you were somebody who did fences for a living, yes. Me, I could look at it and say, it's standing, it's fine. But I definitely, a fencer, somebody who does that professionally would look at it and there would be several things wrong. I had a friend come over before they left who is a landscaper and used to do fences, and he looked at it and said, yeah, there's this, and this wrong, but it's 10 times better than what it was. And he said, with this guy, I don't think you're going to get better.
Well, I give the guy credit for wanting to make things right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's sad that it took me completely exposing him on the Tom Martino show and Facebook and everywhere else before he did it, because I had been calling him for 3 months to fix it. He called the police on me for harassment through it all, and obviously it was unfounded because I was just, exposing my honest experience with him as a business. But yes, I mean, I commend him for coming out, and I think, like I said, doing the best that he's capable of doing.
Thank you very much.
I learned a lot of lessons.
Well, thank you very much for the update. And, Doc, thanks for at least getting to go out there, and we appreciate it. Now, Cliff. Hi, Cliff. I'm Tom Martino. What's going on?
Hi, Tom.
What's going on, man? Today? I'm doing good.
Good. So my Uncle Georgie used to make food for you at the tech center there.
Well, okay. What's he doing now?
He's doing okay. He lives with his brother out here.
Okay, and, we're talking about is it Hungarian, Georgie, right?
That's right.
I love him. He came from Hungary, and he had an accent, and he had a wonderful cafe, and he was at iHeart. Well, before iHeart. He was there before Clear Channel. He was there when we first moved into the building. He had the cafeteria. Hey, Susan, Mark, do you remember him, Georgie?
I do. Of course.
The cafe.
I certainly do. A delicious chili.
You remember that, Dragon?
Yeah, he was fantastic. I loved him.
I love when he did the chicken. So, is he retired now?
He is retired, yes.
Oh, man, it's good. Well, you tell him that I said hi. Good.
Will do.
What's going on with you?
Okay. So this morning, I filled out an application for my passport. I have to get a new passport, and I went down to the post office, and I was talking to some folks down there, and they said there's 2 locations in Colorado now where you can do walk-ins to get your passport documents, your application signed. So what they're doing is they're only doing the walk-ins from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, and then anybody else who's there who doesn't get in line, they kick them out after that time period. So there was a guy who waited from 10 o'clock last night all the way till 9 o'clock this morning so he could be the first guy in line. Oh,
my God.
So,
did he sleep there?
Yeah, he did. He just stayed there overnight, and there were.
Wait,
there
so
were,
they only open for 1 hour?
1 hour.
1 hour for walk-ins, that's it. But you can make an appointment otherwise, right?
And their website, on the website, it's down, so you cannot make appointments. It's the only way you can do it.
Now,
And,
a walk-in, so it's walk-in processing where they give it to you right there?
That's right.
And so you walk out with a passport?
No, they don't give you the passport right there. They sign your application, and then they get the process going.
And how long does it take
and
to
then
get?
You're waiting. If you don't expedite it, you're waiting up to 3 months to get it. And my issue is I'm trying to go to Hungary with my uncle.
So is the walk-in considered expedited?
I think you have to ask for it, and then you pay additional charges for that. And
let me ask you something. I'm confused about something. You can't make an appointment. You have to go there for that 1 hour window. How many people are usually waiting?
So today there were about 20 people in line. 4 people got through, and they kicked the rest of the people out. They said, we're not taking any more. It was 9:45 when they did that.
And this happens every day?
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense to me. So if you wanted to make an appointment, what would happen?
I don't know about that, because ever since I started this, their websites, that part has been down.
Okay.
You know, we have a actual passport agency here.
That's what he's talking about.
Now, see, this is the reason I called.
Oh, I thought it was the post office he's talking about.
No, yeah, this is the post office. Is the one right across from the Federal Center in Lakewood.
But Cliff, are you talking about the one that opens for an hour a day for processing is a post office?
Yes. Yes, that's right.
But what about the actual passport centers they have?
Now, okay, so that's why I called. I'm kind of troubleshooting.
I think you're confused, Cliff. I mean, you can go. I know there's one in Castle Rock.
There's one at 225 in.
Yeah, there's one.
That's the only one, guys. Is right there at 225
and Parker.
Parker Road.
Well, I went to one. I thought I went to one in Castle Rock. Maybe I'm wrong, but what is it called, Mark? A processing center?
I'll look it up and get the address, but that's all they do. I mean,
and you make an appointment, right? Do you make an appointment or do you walk in?
Yeah, you make the appointment right online, then you walk in, and let me tell you, it's like walking into Fort Knox, man. They protect those passports, those blanks, like I have never seen in my life.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, I don't understand, Cliff. To me, it sounds like you are really not getting. I mean, you got something wrong here, because I have never had a problem with people getting passports. What website did you go to that shut down? Tell me what tell me what it is.
I'd have to look it back up, but it's the government website for passports.
Well, okay. I'm looking at one. I'm looking at one. It's not closed.
Just listen, man. Here's the deal. Here's the real place.
I don't know why but why did he find you can make an appointment right here on the website?
Yeah, you want to make sure you're at travel.state.gov.
Travel. Okay. Yeah, good.
Colorado Passport Agency, Cherry Creek. It's on South Vaughn Way in Aurora, which is basically 225 and Parker Road, and you can go to their website.
Yeah, just go right there and make an appointment right now. The website's not down, man. I think you got too discouraged too quickly. I do. I think you did.
Here's their phone number, dude. 877-487-2778.
You just fill right here. I need a passport. I'm adult, blah, blah, blah. And it drills right down to making an appointment, Mark.
Yeah, I know. Suzanne and I have used them a couple times over 30 years.
In fact,
well, good.
Yeah, so
It's going to cost you a little more because they're expedited.
I see.
303-713-8255. Okay, I got a text for Rock. Rock, real quick here. Do you guys do radon mitigation? Now, he's with American Restoration 24/7, by the way, fire, flood, broken pipes, asbestos, mold, all that. What about radon?
No, radon we really don't do. It's a naturally occurring substance, and it's because of our altitude and just where we are in Colorado.
And insurance doesn't cover that, right?
No, it does not. No, it does not. And it's hit or miss wherever you live. You can have the greatest place in the entire world, and it may have radon, it may not, but it's easily mitigated.
Okay, another quick one. Somebody's having trouble because they didn't have a fire, but they swear to God they have the smell, the smoke, and all that from a neighborhood. Have you ever had a problem where insurance says, nah, you don't have enough damage, it's your neighbor's house?
If it's in Boulder, in the where the fires were, we haven't had any problems at all. We've done quite a few of those. But if it's not, like a fire, like a park system or a forest fire kind of situation, that's nothing we've encountered.
Robert, you have a comment on the passport issue. What is it?
Yes, I'm going through it right now, but so the only way you can get a passport appointment for the post office is you got to get on that website early morning, because if you wait till like noon, it won't allow you to do anything.
I don't understand why you would go through the post office in Colorado. If you're somewhere where there actually isn't an agency from the feds that do passports, I get it. You have to go through the post office. But you guys can go right down to Aurora.
Yeah, but they don't let you. They don't give you appointments. I mean, everything is.
Yeah, they do.
It's all about the same
I'm on.
time.
Hey, I'm on the site,
that's-
man. I'm on the site, Robert. You can get a passport.
Did you make an appointment?
Yes, you. Well, I didn't, but you could. It drills you right
but
down
try
to when you want to go in.
Try to make an appointment.
Are you talking about the processing center, not the post office?
I'm talking through anything. I mean, my wife just became a citizen like
Well, I was just on a site,
sorry.
the one that Mark just gave me. I was on that site, and you can make an appointment. So I don't know what I'm seeing that. Mark, what are we seeing that they're not seeing?
Tom, I have no idea what they're seeing.
All right, we got more coming right up. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK.
Democrats just want to win the next election, and they're trying to do it with ceaseless money printing. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon. It is critical to protect your retirement right now with a gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To learn more, get a free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word Safeguard to 98989.
We got that VIN
There's
number.
nothing to buy and no obligation at all.
Mark.
Text the word Safeguard.
Hang on, you're coming up next. 5 seconds.
What did he say?
Info kit.
You're coming up next. 5 seconds.
By Birch Gold Group.
All right. I love when a plan comes together. And when it comes to investments, you really need something safe and you need something secure. I say conservative, meaning it's not wild, get rich quick, but it gives you income and it gives you a source of money through your life to use. That's why they call it Become the Banker. Now, whether you want income for life or money to use instead of credit cards where you're funding your own retirement, look at becomethebanker.org for more information. It's a real deal. Becomethebanker.org, 303-779-6600. Okay, the Art of Granite is definitely doing a great business. They have been advertising with me for years. And I don't want to jinx anything, but we don't get complaints about these people because they do such wonderful work. And perhaps one of the best things they do is they give you an estimate on the phone based on some measurements, maybe a photo. Give them a call and find out more. Get your price. Now, it doesn't have to be granite. They do granite, but they do all kinds of solid surface and stone. They tear out and haul away free the old stuff, which is no small job. They do a free bathroom vanity when you have your kitchen done. And they do wholesale on all countertop materials. Give them a call. Get your price. TheArtOfGranite.com. 303-386-5919. Why are people having trouble getting this site?
Yeah, he was totally confused.
Yeah, I got it right here. The best way to do it is you call and make an appointment, and the phone number is right here. I didn't realize. How long do you think it takes to get a passport now? Do you guys know?
I don't know.
It's about 3 months.
6 months?
3 months.
3? Oh,
Expedited is 7 to 9.
Yeah, but if there's an
7 to
urgent
9
number on their
months?
website, you can call Mark if you need to travel within 28 days.
But you must, that's right, or 14 days now.
Hey, I gotta figure out. I don't even know how much time is left on mine. I forgot to look at it recently.
When's the last? I mean, they're 10 years or 5 now. What are they?
I don't remember.
And you can't travel with it if it expires within 6 months. That's something I think people don't know. Mark, Colorado Pint Day is next Wednesday.
Colorado what?
Pint Day.
Oh, cool.
We always do that.
We can just renew ours, though. You better, depending on what your thing is, it looks like you can renew them online,
I gotta renew
Tom.
mine because mine expired.
If they expire, I don't think you can renew.
Yeah, you can. You have
Okay.
to send it in, though.
Oh, I
Yours-
mean online.
Yours is expired. Mine I need to renew. The reason I have one because
Mexico.
because Trish with Aruba.
I thought
Mexico was before
we
that.
I think we just looked at ours, and they were both fine. You
I know mine was.
You just pulled them out of the safe. We were fine.
All right.
I haven't looked at mine in a while.
When's the last time you used it?
The last time I used it was when my gender was changed.
Oh, so we're talking a month.
Can you do it online, Mark?
It says you can renew online here.
Now, can we do licenses online as well?
Every other, I think. Then they make you get a photograph and an eye check. It's something like that.
Yeah, my photo doesn't look anything like. It looks like.
Oh, by the way, we saw a Fix-It commercial.
We've been seeing it on Fox News in the morning.
Holy shit! It's got to be 2-3 years pre-COVID, man.
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
I'm
an
telling
old
you.
one.
You're wearing that black
Polo with the
polo
big
with
white
the-
horse on
with
it.
the horse the size of a woman's breast on it.
Hey, I still have that.
In your hair.
He's like, hey, I
is-
still wear that.
Your hair's jet black. You got muscle tone.
Mark.
You're smiling. You're not hunched over.
hey, write that down, Dragon. Remember my lawsuit.
That's another lawsuit, Mark, right there. Yep.
God, I'm going to have a 21-page complaint.
That's all?
All right, 15 seconds, guys.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khow.com.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Hey, don't forget Dan McKenzie for estate planning, wills, trusts, whatever you need. He's a great guy. The McKenzie Law Firm, Dan McKenzie, 833-CO Plans. Don't go without a simple will, even. If that's all you need, he can do that. But he can advise you on so many creative ways to protect your property and to pass it on without going to probate. coplans.co or 833-CO Plans. God, I love recommending good people. Christine, you got a banking issue. What's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you today?
I'm going good. What's going on with the bank?
Hey, so it's a little bit of a complicated story, but I'll try to keep it short.
Sure.
My husband passed away 4 years ago. Before his passing, he had a will. Everything was left to me. I mean, he had his stuff together.
Okay.
So I went ahead and did a probate anyways through one of your referral guys, Sullivan.
Okay.
And so I went through the probate process, no problem. Well, it turns out that he had a second mortgage on the home for some improvements that we did, and I understood that. And so I was paying on that after he passed away. Of course, it was through TCF.
Now, wait a minute. Christine, hold on. Did you have also a first on your home?
Yes.
And you took that over?
Yes.
And they did not make you refi the first?
No, they did not.
Okay, good. And then you had a second, and you were paying on that. Keep going now.
Okay, so it was through TCF Bank, and of course I had to send TCF Bank all the pertinent information, the death certificate, the will, the probate paperwork. Well, since then, Huntington has taken over the account, and they will have absolutely 100% nothing to do with me. They've already taken me to court. I paid over $5,000.
Hold on, wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. Why did they take you to court?
Well, because they were going to foreclose on the property because they would not accept a payment from me.
Okay, now I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because Christine, technically, by the way, was the home in your name at that point only?
No.
You never changed the house to both of your names to your name?
No.
Well, it was automatically in your name. If you held it as husband and wife, it automatically went to you. Here's what they're afraid of. You have
I was not on the original mortgage, Tom.
No, I'm not talking about the mortgage.
Only in my husband's name.
Were you on the title ever?
No.
Then,
Ever,
Christine,
no.
that's why they're doing it, because you don't have a legal standing. You didn't do this the right way. Your attorney, and if you went through one of our attorneys, I am shocked that they never told you to have the house put in your name.
He never once mentioned that.
Well, that's odd, because this mortgage company was bound to foreclose. Maybe he said, see how long you can do it, but you don't have any obligation to that company, so they want you to get your own loan and get the house in your name. I mean, that's a logical thing. What they're doing is not wrong. Now, did the first and second foreclose on you, or only the second?
Only the second, and I paid all the, they surely accepted all my lawyer fees and everything to get the loan reinstated. They didn't have a problem taking my money then.
Now, hold on a second. Hold on, Christine, I don't understand what you mean, all your lawyer's fees to get the loan reinstated. It was never in your name to begin with. Did they refi it in your name, or did they transfer it to your name?
Nothing is in my name, Tom.
Okay, but when they started suing you, you said they took your money. What did you do? Tell me the outcome.
Well, I got a letter because I had defaulted on a couple of the loan payments, and
well, you didn't tell me that part.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tom, but the reason why I'm so frustrated, I did default on a couple months. While I was under TCF, they knew, they had everything. They took my money, no problem. Then the wires got crossed when the Huntington took over. Okay, so what happened is they went ahead and sent foreclosure notices to the county and all that. Well, I paid, it was like $5,300 to get that loan reinstated so I can continue paying on it.
I got it.
So they allowed me to do that.
Yeah.
And they also took a payment from me in January 18th to be exact. They took a payment from me, and now they won't take any money from me. They tell me I'm SOL.
Well,
I don't know what to do.
Christine, as illogical as it sounds, it is logical. Let me explain this to you. When you fell behind on a few payments, then you paid to reinstate it. They took that money. I know what happened. The rescue department, the REO department, wanted to stave off a foreclosure. So they will take anything from anybody at any time. They don't want that foreclosure. They don't want real estate owned. Then once that was done, I know what happened because I'm so versed in this, unfortunately. What happened was then the other department said, how the hell did this happen? And they looked at your loan and the package and said, wait a minute, she never took the house over, and it's in her dead husband's name, and the mortgage isn't even in her name. We have to correct this. And Christine, they're not trying to be mean, and what they're doing is logical. What I want to ask you is why don't you put it in your name and get it refied? Hold on, I'll come right back to you. I got to take a break, or I promise you Dragon will spit fire at me as a dragon. More coming up.
Yeah, something like that.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by InvisibleFence.com.
Busy driving around the downtown area for Rocky's Day, of course. For the most part, folks on the roads are behaving. I-25 southbound, we're seeing significant slowdowns from 58th to Spear Boulevard with speeds in the 20s and 30s. Northbound I-25, you'll start seeing slow traffic into downtown at Broadway. I-70 east and westbound, and no major complaints around the metro with some minor slowdowns on the interchanges to I-25. Colfax and Broadway, all directions are driving intended speeds around the downtown area. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies out there, nice and warm with a high of 52 degrees this afternoon. Overnight low of 26. Tomorrow even warmer with a high of 65. The current temperature in Denver is 48 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Over the last 50 years, Invisible
All right, Tom, 10 seconds. You're next.
in pets. Their certified training leads to a 99% success rate, and they even offer a 1-year money-back guarantee. Not only is your pet secure, so is your investment. Visit InvisibleFence.com to learn more.
Okay, what am I going to say? The best water heater deals anywhere. You ready? EuroPlumbingColorado.net. I'm so happy we hooked up with them. You know, this company started out saying, I want to do the best deals. Dimitar Kosarev said, I came here from Bulgaria, and I wanted one thing, deals for people. I want to help people, plus I want to make good money and a good trade. So he starts offering 40-gallon water heaters at $12.99. You don't beat it, not even doing it yourself. That's with new supply lines for the water, new flex line for the hose, 6-year warranties, Riemann A.O. Smith, and 50 gallons for $13.99. And he said, if you want other stuff, I'll do that at better prices. Just give me a call, 303-668-6844, 668-6844, EuroPlumbingColorado.net. John Fuller, I've represented him for many years for a good reason, because when I talk about John Fuller, that's who you get, John Fuller. He will only take as many cases as he personally works. That's his pledge, and he stays true to it. So when you call the number, what you get is you get John Fuller's office. They'll put you through to him. He'll evaluate your case, give you free legal advice. If you decide to hire him, by the way, that's all no charge. If you decide to hire him, still no out-of-pocket. It's done on a contingency fee basis, a percentage fee. And then he talks to you, and you talk to him. Yes, that's it. No big call centers, no hundreds and hundreds of attorneys. It's you and John. And his assistants, of course. He has a great firm, and he even negotiates at the end to get you more money. He negotiates down your expenses. MyAccidentLawyer.co. MyAccidentLawyer.co. 303-597-4500. 597-4500.
Sorry about that. That was me.
What does that mean?
I got jumpy.
Did you go? Oh, what one did?
I got you a touch early.
Okay, but did everything go out?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, website and phone number. You're good.
Okay, cool.
Tom.
Yeah.
This Hummer moron is just so full of crap at this point.
Why?
Well, maybe Marty misunderstood a letter or a digit in the VIN.
The guy just told him he's going to go check his insurance for the VIN number.
How do you get
If it's
insurance
not registered in your name, it is impossible.
He's a liar. He's a
to
liar.
get fucking insurance.
He's a liar.
Well, how
He's
do
a
we add a
total
car
liar.
before we register it? How do we add it to our insurance before, like when we buy a new car?
Well, because yours
we
is
call
automatic.
Brian right
yours
away.
is yours
Because
is
we already
automatic.
have insurance.
Suze.
We call Brian up, and it's a new car.
You have a 30-day extension automatically.
Yeah, this story doesn't smell so good anymore.
No,
Can they bill you retroactively?
And I
Yes.
did ask him. I said, "Did you drive it?" And he said, "No."
So let me ask you. So if you have a Honda Civic under your insurance, and you go out and buy a Mercedes, and you have the 30-day extension on your insurance, and something happens,
It's the same. They extend the same coverage. Yes.
Yeah.
so they don't increase the price.
No,
Yeah,
not
they
for
do,
that
but
30.
they still
Not for
give you
that
the
30
30
days.
So if something happens,
No. No, you get 30 days, Tom. But whatever it is, you do end up paying the difference.
Of course you do.
That's what I was
Yeah,
asking.
okay.
But you're automatically extended.
Right. That I know.
And Mark, I'm not sure actually. Maybe you're right, but I remember one time somebody telling me that they said you ought to wait like to the 29th day because that coverage is cheaper. Now, I don't know why I was told that. That was a while ago.
They'd still retro.
Oh yeah, I mean we've
From
done
the
it.
day of sale.
We go through it usually every year a couple times.
You don't go a couple
go-
times a year.
Yeah, we buy
Yeah,
a couple.
we've got a lot of
Not
cars.
every
dude.
year.
Just about. We bought 2 cars last year.
Yeah, 2 last year. This year we're buying at least 1 and selling 2. We
Why,
might be buying.
what are you buying this year?
Well, it's actually for Miles. He's buying it.
Yeah, he's getting and then we're selling one this year
Yep.
for sure. The Santa Fe. We're probably selling 2 Santa Fes. And then we'll buy something, and then Miles will buy something.
Well, I'm going to buy 2 Rolls Royces and a McLaren.
Yeah, well, we have Santa Fe.
Can Miles borrow one? Miles would love that.
I tried to get Stephanie to buy a G-Wagon. She wouldn't do it.
I can't see her in a G-Wagon.
She wouldn't do
She's
it.
definitely a Mercedes girl.
Yeah, she did a little sports sedan. It's cute.
Yeah, I'm sure.
She loves it. Man, it's the AMG is so cool. God almighty. That the trim package in that is so much different. I didn't know
What's
it
the
was
model of hers? What is it?
15 seconds, guys.
AMG.
300.
No, that's
C300.
that's like a trim.
C300
Stone's lifetime
four-door.
unlimited subscription.
C300
Check it out at
four-door
rosettastone.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome. Let's talk to Christine, and Christine has a issue, and I want to help her. So, Christine, bottom line,
Yes.
you need to get the house in your name anyway. You know that, right?
Yeah, I do know that.
Okay.
Tom,
So
can I
what?
just
How do
ask
we
you
help
one
you right?
question?
How can we help you right now?
The thing that the second mortgage is under, the bank is telling me they cannot help me because my probate has expired.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Okay.
but listen, it's
I
not a
gave
big deal.
TCS. It's huge because I don't want them to try to foreclose on me again.
Okay,
Because I
but-
can't make a payment.
Okay. You need well, first of all, when is your payment due? Is it already due?
Yeah.
Now, I can't believe they won't accept a payment because they'll usually accept payments from everyone. That part I don't understand, truly. Do you have equity in your home?
That's why I'm
Christine, do you have equity in your home?
sorry. Yes, sir, I do.
What is your house truly worth?
Anywhere between $450 and $480.
And what does the first and second add up to? What do they add up to?
Probably right at about $290.
Okay. All right. Do you have good credit?
Not exceptional, not really.
Oh, man, you really should have dealt with this. Did you have life insurance and money or anything that he left you could have paid down the loan?
I didn't get, well, I did have some life insurance, but, it's been 4 years. So
no, I get it. I get it. Hey, I get it. Christine, you need to act quickly because what attorney did you use for your probate?
Sullivan.
Well, I didn't have a Sullivan for probate.
Yeah, you do. Well, it was 4 years ago. David Sullivan?
Nope.
Salisbury. David Salisbury.
Salisbury, yes.
Okay.
Sorry, thank you.
All right. Well, David is pretty damn thorough. I mean, he's done some stuff for me, and you're saying that he did not tell you to get the house I'm sure he did, to get the house titled in your name? Maybe he thought, bottom line.
Maybe he did.
Christine.
Or maybe he thought I was already on the loan.
But I think what it is, if you couldn't qualify for a loan, you're in a bad way. You see, husbands and wives, they need to really help each other out here. May I ask how old you are?
I'm 52.
Oh, damn, you're too young. I was going to say temporarily, at least get a reverse loan or something to get... Mark, do you have any suggestions for her? I don't want her to lose her damn house. Now, are you attached? Christine, let me get right to it. Are you attached to this house?
Yeah, well, yeah. It's way too big for me, but I can't find anything comparable.
Listen, instead of losing it, though, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, I really, if you can't qualify for a loan, there's no magic here. You need to get that transferred to your name, which isn't hard at all. You have a death certificate, right?
Yes, sir.
You need, and maybe David, call David. I mean, he's still around, and just see if you can open probate or amend it just to get that house transferred to you. And then, but what you need to do, this is really important, you need to pay up. They're not, are both banks wanting you to refi or just the second?
Just the second.
The first one is not
The weird thing about it is the first loan, they have the name, it's billed to me now.
Okay, good. They were really good. Okay, hold on. Hold on. The first loan, I need to know this. On the first loan, what's the interest rate?
It is 4.7.
You want to keep that. How much is the second loan? How much is it?
It's for 42.
42,000. And what interest rate?
You know, Tom, I don't know that.
Well, okay.
I have the paperwork, but not with me.
You need to either get a brand new second or get a first and second roll together, but you better start working it. And I want you to talk to Kurt Rogers. He's a kind man, he's a good man, and he won't screw you in any way, shape, or form. We need to get you in touch with him. So hold on. Kurt Rogers, Affordable Interest Mortgage. Tell him I told you to call Suze. If you could even tell him we're going to send her over there to try to find a solution, okay? Start there. That's where you start. But I also want you to call David Salisbury, and I want you to please get started on getting this house put in your name. I have more coming right up. You know that
impact traffic.
That delay you
This
make
report
there,
is
that's
sponsored
on
by
you, bro. That
Blindster.com.
6-hour delay is
driving
on
around
you. That's why we're running out of time. It's not me.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Slowdowns from 50.
I only had a 1 hour delay.
It's not like you're taking the 45 break.
I know it. I've been, come on.
At Broadway.
I haven't been doing this that
westbound
long.
And no major
Exactly, yeah, you damn newbie.
changes to I-25. Colfax and Broadway, all directions are driving intended speeds around the downtown area. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies out there, nice and warm with a high of 52 degrees this afternoon. Overnight low of 26. Tomorrow even warmer with a high of 65. The current temperature in Denver is 48 degrees with your impact traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer
10 seconds, you're next.
shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
Joe Lazara is a criminal defense attorney. Listen up. People roll their eyes sometimes. I'm never going to get in trouble. It doesn't matter if you are. You may have to refer somebody. If somebody gets a DUI, or maybe one of your kids, who knows. Here's the thing. You need to know this name before you ever need him, because Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney, and you never want to shop under pressure. So if ever there's a DUI or another problem of any kind, serious traffic offense, assault, whatever, you need to call Joe Lazzara. Flat rate pricing, free initial consultations up front, 303-429-6200, 429-6200. Joseph A. Lazzara, Lazzara. Another attorney, Harris Family Law. Now listen, Harris does not only family law, but also estate law. So if you have an issue with a will, with probate, with getting stuff done, call Harris Family Law. Now, he can do it separately from estate law or with estate law. This is a big firm, and this is a firm that has specialists in different areas, and someone we go to for our expertise. And you can do it too when you need help. 303-515-5000. Or go to harrisfamilylaw.com. And if you put a /webinars there, you're going to find out all kinds of free information, pre-recorded and live. harrisfamilylaw.com /webinars. Made in the Shade, you've heard them, right? On my show. Why? Because they are made in the shade when it comes to making you cool and collected. When it comes to window coverings, you're not going to spend a fortune unless you want to. You can get any price budget met, and don't do it yourself. They're going to measure, they're going to estimate, all free. And then they're going to help you pick stuff out with a design helper. And then when you get what you want, they're going to order it. They're going to make sure it's installed properly from their in-house crews, no subcontractors. And you're going to love the job. One-stop shopping, turnkey, made in the shade. Look for them at referralist.com. 720-458-6566, 720-458-6566. Are we? We're almost done here.
All right, 10 seconds, Tom.
All right, bro. All right.
Ridiculous. It should be a crime to have all those drugs coming across.
Does our government not work for us no more?
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
All right, I'm Tom Martino. Make sure Kachina Kalori that Kurt Rogers at Affordable Interest Mortgage gets Christine. Joe, you have a Social Security question. What is it, Joe?
Yeah, I do, Tom. I am about to file for Social Security.
Yes.
And I'm working full-time.
Yes.
And my job has become a bit tenuous. And so I was wondering, can I actually collect unemployment and Social Security at the same time?
Yes. Well, hold on. As long as you're ready to work, you can. So, of course you can. Yeah. In other words, technically, there's no problem doing it with Social Security, if that's your question. You can work as long as you wait for the. Now, is it at 66 and a half, or is this early Social Security?
It'll be November 66 and a half.
Okay, then you can make as much money as you want, including unemployment. However, with unemployment, you have to be willing to work. So that's just a separate issue. But yes, it's okay to collect both. That's the short answer. Hey, Rock at American Restoration 24/7. That's 8. Remember, that's 8337-AM-REST.
Follow.
You clear?
I'm sorry, that number was not written right on there.
With all of
screwed
us
me
at
up.
630 KHOW. KHOW.com. And on the...
Yeah, we'll blame Mark.
No, I don't. I'm just saying.
Just blame Mark.
I need to put it in exactly the way I use it on my endorsements.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop.
Okay, bro.
Hospitals, factories, schools.
What's that? Yeah.